12 with the latest BBC News for Hampshire, Dorset and the Isle of Wight. I'm Jason Beck. A non-league Hampshire football club says today is the greatest day in its 107-year history as the team prepares to walk out onto the pitch at Wembley. AFC Stoneham will face Cockfosters in the FA Vase final. The Eastleigh-based side is made up of amateur footballers, including 4 PE teachers. 3,000 Stoneham supporters have travelled up to Wembley.
We went down to the semi-finals, first leg and the second leg. So yeah, really looking forward to today. Yeah, it's just weird that they're there, and they've done so well getting there too.
Been to see them play a few times this season, and they've all played well, and we've come along to cheer the whole team on today.
Club chairman Mark Stupple told us his players visited the stadium on Thursday to prepare for the final.
When you walk up the tunnel and you see the pitch for the first time, that green pitch, we all stood there and just go, wow, it's a wonderful experience, and just a great warm-up.
Of course, we have live commentary. Our sports show starts next with all the build-up. In other news this afternoon, Southern Water's being urged to get on top of problems on the Isle of Wight after sewage was discharged into the sea. An alert from the Environment Agency remains in force this afternoon, warning people not to swim in the Solent off Cowes and East Cowes. The water company is blaming a power failure at a pumping station in Cowes early yesterday and says it's waiting for the results of water samples. East Cowes councillor Carl Love says it's the latest in a series of sewage problems in the area.
We've had 5 significant sewage bursts in East Cowes in almost as many months. It's just not acceptable anymore. We can put up with the odd emergency, but to have 18 tankers rolling around our town on a regular basis trying to prevent leaks is not cost effective. It's dangerous on the highways, and it's dangerous to what flows into the sea.
Southern Water has apologised for this latest incident and says its teams responded immediately. One of the South's Labour MPs says his party can't allow extreme political forces to prey on people's desperation over the state of the economy. Bournemouth East MP Tom Hayes has been speaking on our Politics South programme on BBC One after a week of turmoil for Labour over the future of Sir Keir Starmer as Prime Minister following heavy losses in the local elections.
The country spoke fairly unanimously in saying that they were disappointed with the pace and the scale of change. And I think what you're seeing is the party and government responding to that. Ultimately, it's not for me about the who, it's about the what. Because we are a country with a £2.7 trillion debt, desperate for change, which is to put our public services back on their feet and to grow our economy.
You can watch Politics South on the BBC iPlayer. Scotland Yard says it's investigating allegations of royal protection officers leaving posts unattended and sleeping while on duty at Windsor Castle. Officials are considering whether those involved should be placed on restricted duties. In cricket, Hampshire have taken 3 wickets this morning on day 3 of their championship game with Nottinghamshire at the Utilita Bowl. A few moments ago, the visitors were on 147 for 6. That's in reply to Hampshire's 214 all-out. You can listen to live commentary on the BBC Sport website and app, and also on your smart speaker. Just ask BBC Sounds to play Hampshire v Nottinghamshire day 3. And competitors from all over the country are lining up for the World Watercress Eating Championship near Winchester. The challenge is to munch your way through a bag of leafy vegetable as quickly as possible. The competition's being held at Alresford Watercress Festival. 17-time champion Glenn Walsh from nearby Bishop Sutton is back to defend his title. But does Glenn actually like the flavour?
I don't mind a bit of it mixed in with something, but not eating a whole bag. No, it's not quite the same thing.
The weather turning cloudy across the south this afternoon with isolated showers arriving by this evening. Highs of 16, patchy rain tomorrow morning, some sunshine in the afternoon. For a news update anytime, ask your smart speaker to play BBC News for the South. Travel news now, and near Fordingbridge, the A338 is closed at the moment. There's queuing traffic because of an accident from Lawrence Lane at North Gawley to Ibsley Drove. There are queues on the A34 heading south before junction 9 of the M3 at Winnell. It's taking about 15 minutes to get through there, and it's slow on the A351 between the Bakers Arms roundabout, Litchett Minster and Wareham. To update me on anything you see, call the travel line 0808 100 3800.
This is BBC Radio Solent Sport,
the home of live sports across the south.
Every Saints, Cherries and Pompey game live.
Good afternoon from Wembley Stadium. James Phillips, AFC Stoneham, will be hoping to bring the Vase back to Hampshire.
Just cannot wait. It's going to be an incredible day, once in a lifetime for most people. We just need to focus on making the most of every moment.
Stoneham's chairman Mark Stupple is chomping at the bit ahead of today's final against Cockfosters.
The occasion is massive, but if we can settle down and play football, just looking at the pitch here, it's a carpet, isn't it? If you can't play on there, obviously you can't play on it anywhere in the world. But this weekend will definitely put the club on the map for a lot of people, so it's great.
Our summariser today is Dave Diper, who was manager of Sholing when they won the competition in 2014. Our commentators are Rob Sills and Cliff Pledge, and Cliff can bring us this scene set.
Thanks, Ian. Good afternoon, everyone, from Wembley Stadium, where the sun has just disappeared behind a cloud and both teams are warming up on the pitch down below. AFC Stoneham, who started life over a century ago as the works team of Ordnance Survey, are well and truly on the map today in their first national final and their first trip to play at Wembley. The newly promoted Wessex League champions are up against a team who finished fourth in their equivalent league but lost their promotion playoff final 2 weeks ago. James Phillips' Purples will hope Cockfosters isn't the end of their line today and their dream to lift this famous competition. Full commentary to come, live from Wembley with myself, Rob Sills, and Dave Diper this afternoon.
It's a 12:30 then, kick-off. And if you put us on your smart speaker or BBC Sounds right now, you can listen that way all afternoon, right across the UK, on the home of live sport across the south.
BBC Radio Solent Sport.
Hello from Wembley. Anticipation really building now. FA Vase final. I'm Ian Wilding. More than 600 teams as well have taken part in the Vase. It began this competition this season all the way back 23rd of August, and on the 17th of May just 2 teams remain, AFC Stoneham and Cockfosters. And the Stoneham supporters opposite see a lot of purple shirts as we sit over in the south stand, and a bit of a divider separating them and the Cockfosters supporters as well. A few thousand fans for both sides here today, and it's non-league finals day, which is always a really exciting event because it features both the Vase and trophy final. So at 4:30 this afternoon, it's Southend against Wealdstone, where both sides are expected to bring 20,000 supporters each. But all our focus is on the Perps, and I'd love to hear from you. How are you feeling? Do you want to send a message of good luck to the Stoneham players? Rob Goldrick on X says all the very best at Wembley. Bring the cup home for the south of England, from a former Clanfield FC manager. And Lisa Thomas wishes Stoneham all the very best of luck. 81333 on the text to get in touch. WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Start your message with Solent at Solent Sport on X, and we'll hear more from Cliff in a second and bring in Dave Diper for the first time. But who are the lucky 11 that start today? They're once in a lifetime afternoon. One half of your commentary team, Rob Sills, can tell us more.
Thanks, Waldo. Yes, by far the biggest afternoon in AFC Stoneham's history. The players down below us warming up, as you just heard from Cliff Pledge, and the lucky 11 that are starting this game are as follows for the Perps. Callum Lee is the number 1 in goal. Ahead of him is a back 4 of Lewis Nagel, Jake Thompson, Dan Miller and Ash Wells. In front of him, Matt Bainbridge holding midfield as the number 4 alongside captain Alex Welch in his 9th season at AFC Stone, who's made over 300 appearances for this club, and I'm sure this one will not be beaten as the number 1 spot. Ollie Jenkins is alongside them in the midfield 3, and the front 3 is Tom Annette and Duarte Martins. 29 league goals this season in 38 games from the Portuguese striker. They are either side of the number 9 Tyrrell Sampson. On the bench for Stoneham is Ryan Cluett, Owen Fee, Callum Laycock, Cade Dyer, Jim Orvis, Jamie Johnston and Artie Curtin. And of course James Phillips, the Stoneham manager, will be watching proceedings keenly, looking to bring home the Vase for Stoneham. For Cockfosters this afternoon, they've come from near Barnet at the end of the Piccadilly line. Connor Sampson starts in goal. Ethan Antigi's number 2, with Junior Moses on the other side at fullback. Jay Lavelle and Jandir De Cruz are the 2 centre-halves. Kendall Atta Giamfi, Junior Mabayi, Corey Ugboma, They are the 9, 10 and 11 alongside George Lataya, Ollie Sotin-Yimbo and 21 Teddy Stacey. On the bench for Cockfosters, Matt Thompson, Max Jessup, Matt Shaw, Luca Gordon, Adam Hastings, Conrad Holland and Joseph Shanuda. The referee this afternoon is Elliot Bell. His assistants are Connell Bartlett and Jacob Lehane. Kirsty Dowell is the fourth official. And Waldo, this is going to be huge. I don't think it can be understated in any sense of the word for AFC Stoneham this afternoon.
Absolutely, thank you, Rob. Huge afternoon, as you say, and we'll hear from our other commentary team in a second. But Chelsea, in other sports news, have confirmed Xabi Alonso as their new manager on a 4-year deal. The former Real Madrid boss will officially begin on the 1st of July. And in the Premier League 12:30 today, Manchester United host Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth could secure a place in Europe for the first time in their history today. They need Brentford to lose to Crystal Palace and for Everton to not beat Sunderland in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Brighton will go above the Cherries and up to 6th if they win at Leeds, while Fulham are at Wolves, and at 5:30 West Ham will move out of the bottom 3 at the expense of Spurs if they win at Newcastle. And there's another commentary today in the cricket, day 3 of Hampshire's county championship match against Nottinghamshire at Utilita Bowl. And Nottinghamshire 156 for 6 in their first innings, trailing Hampshire by 58 runs. And there's commentary on the BBC Sport app and smart speaker. Just ask it to play Hampshire v Nottinghamshire day 3. But less than 20 minutes to kick off here at Wembley. It's AFC Stoneham against Cockfosters in the FA Vase final. An absolutely massive day. And our summariser led his side to FA Vase success at this exact venue 12 years ago.
McLean's into the penalty area. Marvin McLean for Sholing. The challenge comes in, yes, but the ball still goes into the back of the net. Marvin McLean will claim it, and in the 70th minute, Sholing strike at Wembley. It's Sholing 1, West Auckland Town 0.
Dave Diper, many congratulations. How does it feel to win at Wembley?
I am honestly speechless. My team never know when they're beat. They just work their socks off. Oh, look at this, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Let's bring him in then, former Sholing manager Dave Diper. Dave, what's that like hearing that back, the goal and your post-match thoughts minutes after the final whistle? Must bring it all back for you.
Yeah, it certainly does. Even I'm here now sitting at the looking out at the pitch and the players warming up, etc. Bring back great memories. Obviously the manager's work would have been done by now, and it's just all down to the players. But it's been absolutely tremendous. Even this morning, getting feel for the whole stadium again. So really looking forward to it, and I think it'll be a good game.
And when your job is done, how do you feel at this time? Can you remember how you felt with 20 minutes to kick off?
Yeah, well, the adrenaline was really, running through the veins with all the players, the backroom staff, everybody. You just want to get, the first quarter of an hour out of the way, really, of the game. But the build-up in the tunnel is, what's said in between players, etc. I won't say, but the nerves will be there. The players will be going out. Everybody, obviously, will be very keen not to make a mistake early doors. But just leading them through the tunnel was just unbelievably onto the pitch, and very proud.
And some very lucky players who are starting, but how tough is that going to be for those that are left out? And for you, I can imagine that must have been the toughest job of all, isn't it? Telling those that aren't going to be involved that they're not going to be playing?
Yeah, it certainly was. It was even not so much the substitutes, but the players who wouldn't sort of even feature in the squad, so to speak. But that talk was done the previous evening at a team meeting, so that was out of the way. But no, I mean, you need a full squad, a decent bench to win these matches. And I said to the players, if I feel I need to make a change, I will do. And you've got to be honest with them and just say, look, this is my best team, I feel at the moment, and get on with it, really.
Commentary of AFC Stoneham against Cockfosters in the FA Vase final kicks off at 12:30. First Hampshire side since Sholing to be in a Vase final for 12 years as well. It's on your smart speaker, BBC Sounds, and all Solent frequencies here at Wembley Stadium. And just before we hear from a couple of figures at Stoneham. Let's head outside Wembley because BBC South Today's Lewis Coombs has been catching up with a few AFC Stoneham supporters who've made their way to Wembley.
How much are you looking forward to today's game?
Oh, really looking forward to it. Yeah, we went down to the semi-finals, first leg and the second leg. So yeah, really looking forward to today. Yeah.
It's kind of mad seeing Stoneham at Wembley, though, isn't it? How are you feeling about that?
It's unbelievable, and Mark and the team, they've done such a great job, haven't they? So he's a good friend of ours. So yeah, superb.
What's going to be going through your mind when you see like the lads walk out at Wembley?
I guess emotion. Yeah, no, it's just, I'd like you say, it's just weird that they're there, and they've done so well getting there too. And national competition. 150 clubs in at the beginning, so yeah, really excited about it.
And what are you most looking forward to today?
Okay, so apologies for that. There's slight technical issues there with the sound quality of that game, of that audio outside Wembley Stadium. But we are inside Wembley Stadium, and the AFC Stoneham players and coaching staff were all here at Wembley on Thursday to take in their surroundings. Less than 72 hours before kick-off, Cliff Pledge went with them on the coach and spoke to a number of figures, including Captain Alex Welch, and he said they're not just coming up here to make up the numbers.
You haven't come this far just to come this far. So yeah, we definitely want to win. I think I might have to suck up a few tears just because of how special it will be, but leading the boys out will be pretty special.
And look how happy everyone is. Everyone's sat around in a circle in all these chairs with big smiles on their faces. It must feel great to see all your teammates. It must feel like a family.
Yeah, I think after that coach journey that you were part of, everyone seems a lot happier now. But yeah, looking back round, it's pretty special. Keep saying special, but it is pretty special to see all the boys here.
Yeah, great day that was to take in the surroundings as the red carpet is just being rolled out as we speak ahead of the players who will be coming out of the tunnel in about 7 or 8 minutes' time. Let's bring back our commentary team. First of all, Cliff, how was that on Thursday? How was the day itself going up with the players on the coach?
Surreal, and of course as you get close to Wembley you used to see the arch, and it gets bigger and bigger as you weave your way around the side streets, and yeah, then you drive into the stadium and then you go through all the corridors and just come out, and the pitch is there in front of you, and all, you know, the whole stadium and all those seats are around you as well. So it is quite extraordinary, and I think it's good that they did that so that they don't do that for the first time today, that they know what to expect, that they're not taken by surprise, because I think the occasion could overwhelm anybody, but especially people that probably will never get another chance to play here. If you're a semi-professional footballer, you at that level of football, is after all the 9th league in England, you don't expect to play at Wembley, so when you get that chance you come here and you check it out, so you're not a rabbit in the headlights.
How beneficial was that, Dave, as Cliff says there, to come up with your Solent team a few days before and take it all in?
Yeah, very important. We actually came up a week before, and you know, to come up here you need to see it before you actually come up on the day of the game, because there's so much to take in. I think you know, there's so much riding on this game. You know, they've worked hard all season, and it's vitally important that you don't only just play at Wembley, you actually win at Wembley. There's a massive difference.
Rob, who do you think the key players will be for Stoneham today, the potential match winners?
Oh, there's a couple in there, Waldo. There's a couple in there. They've had brilliant seasons from all of these AFC Stoneham players. Their league positions, their successes this far. I think it's impossible to pick out a couple, but I'll do my best to. Dwight Martin's number 11. We'll start with him. 29 league goals this season in 38 matches. He's been their talisman up front. Certainly has known where the goal is this season, to say at the very, very least. Matt Bainbridge is always a very good player to watch in number 4, holding midfield. Alex Welch, the captain too. And a word on Cyril Sampson as well. He's also got just around the 20 goal mark this season. Won 2 cups with Stoneham already in 2024-25, so there's certainly some players in there to watch out. Dan Miller too, ex-Sholing as well, worked closely with Dave, I'm sure. 478 games for them. He's the only player in the Stoneham lineup as well to have previously played at Wembley in that 2014 FA Vase final, which of course he tasted victory with Sholing, so I'm sure he'll be leaning on a bit of the experience that he's got on his shoulders to sort of pass that on to some of the players that, like Cliff said, could be a little bit overwhelmed by the occasion, but hopefully there will be no nerves this afternoon.
Can see a few more purple shirts opposite those supporters. The players have gone back into the tunnel now after their warm-ups, and a few non-league day flags of green and red being down there, and the players are only 4 or 5 minutes away from coming out onto the pitch as well. They're being waved around right now. FA Vase final is 10 minutes away from kick-off, and it was the FA Cup yesterday here at Wembley. Antoine Semenyo scoring the only goal of the game, a sensational flick 4 months after leaving Bournemouth, as Manchester City beat Chelsea 1-0. The Stoneham chairman, Mark Stupple, said on Thursday when they came up here for the first time, it was great to be treated exactly the same as Chelsea and Manchester City.
It's quite daunting for volunteers, because at Manchester City and Chelsea they got probably offices of 20-30 people doing this work, but it is great to be on the same level with them and feel like you're in a Premier League environment, and albeit only for a short time. But I have to say Wembley have dealt with it superbly and been very accommodating, and that's been really helpful.
Well, Cam says good luck to AFC Stoneham. What a way to end an historic season for the Perps. Here on Solent Sport, BBC Radio Solent. At Solent Sport on X is one way to get in touch if you want to wish all the best to the Stoneham players. 81333 on the text. WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Make sure you start your message with the word Solent. But that's a thing, Dave, isn't it? Where I know, as Cliff said, that the FA Cup yesterday, just a warm-up for this afternoon. But that is the joy of the home of football, isn't it? Wembley is Wembley, whoever you are, and you get treated exactly the same way.
Yeah, without doubt. From the first minute you enter the stadium, it's great. The stewards, the whole sort of plan of the day's events is remarkable. Really, what goes on behind the scenes. When we were here, obviously, there was a strict protocol to stick to. But the players they took it on board, like I say, by going up a week before. But you still got that nerves, without doubt. That adrenaline rush in the tunnel, particularly. You're looking at the opposition and you're seeing how big they are or small they are, and everything goes through your mind. It's a good day for the mascots as well, and yeah, it's a great build-up to the actual kick-off. But like I say, it's about making a good start, and hopefully Stoneham will do that.
And it would, Cliff, wouldn't it, cap off what's been an incredible season? It's been one to remember, whatever happens today for Stoneham.
Yeah, extraordinary and almost unprecedented. It seems a long time ago now that they actually got to the final, and in the meantime they've won the Wessex League, which was their main aim, and in the build-up this is their 4th consecutive game that is a cup final. So they lost the Wessex League Cup final, which is a very rare event for them to lose a game, but then they won the Russell Coates Cup final, the Southampton Senior Cup final. So it's absolutely extraordinary, the season that James Phillips and his team have had. So it's this week as well, it's been ratified, their promotion. They found out that they're going into the Isthmian Football League for winning the Wessex, and they wanted that as well, because these days the Southern League is lots of trips down to Cornwall, and so they'll be going up to London every week, and they'll be having Hampshire derbies there. So the feel-good factor must be extraordinary, because the last 4 games have been a cup final, and they found out their promotion has been rubber stamped. So what a season it's been. They won't be able to enter this competition next season because they will be at a higher level, but it's exciting enough that they'll be at a higher level next season. It's just extraordinary times for success at this AFC Stoneham.
Slight favourites, do you think, Dave, for Stoneham, or big favourites today?
I think they're probably big favourites, but to be honest with you, in a one-off game anything can happen. I'm looking at the teams now going through the tunnel, sort of, so to speak, just on the build-up, and the nerves around. The legs are moving up and down, etc. Both sets of players are looking across at each other, sizing them up. Like I say, the form book goes out the window. It's going to be on the day. I mean, who would have thought back in 2014 Marvin McLean would score the winner? I mean, so anything can happen on a day like this.
Well, players about to walk out. The players will be coming out to walk behind that red carpet laid out. We'll have the national anthem soon, but AFC Stoneham, they've beaten Kidlington, Cinderford, Barnstaple, Haywards Heath, Hallam and Coventry United. One hurdle remains. It's Stoneham against Cockfosters, the final of the FA Vase here at Wembley on Sound Smart Speaker, all Radio Solent frequencies. Your commentary team, Dave Diper, Rob Sills, but first of all, Cliff Pledge.
Thank you very much. Indeed, the greatest day in the 107 years of AFC Stoneham. The Purples coming out onto the pitch. There was fireworks as they came out and flames. They are at the home of football for the very first time, the team known as the Purples, for the opening act of non-league finals day, the FA Vase final against Cockfosters. The last two teams standing out of 623 that entered this famous national non-league competition. And coming out to meet the players, we have got the chair of the FA is coming out, and the players are being introduced here at Wembley Stadium, meeting the captain Dan Miller and all the players there. The runaway champions of the Wessex League hope to win their fourth trophy of a remarkable season, and they are without doubt the favourites to lift this trophy, but they may need to be at their best against a team who's won an astonishing 4 penalty shootouts just to be here on equal terms on this hallowed turf this afternoon. And then the players got a chance in a moment to walk and shake the hands of Cockfosters. Dave, we'll have to stop when there's the national anthem, but what an occasion it is to be here, and what an exciting team Stoneham can be in terms of scoring lots of goals. They've scored almost twice as many this season as Cockfosters in all competitions.
Yeah, it'd be quite interesting because Cockfosters have got the best defensive record in their league, but as you said, Stoneham have got a terrific scoring record. I think the togetherness of Stoneham is tremendous, very similar down to the Sholing Football Club, sort of like teamwork, etc. The camaraderie is there for everybody to see, and it's great to see so many supporters up here as well from them as well.
Thank you, Dave. The chair of the FA, Debbie Hewitt, has just walked off the red carpet after meeting the Purples and the Fosters, and she's standing right in front of the shiny trophy, the FA Vase. It looks more. I think we're going to have the national anthems now before the FA Vase final. Rendition of God Save the King by JJ Lamb live in the stadium, and applause from the supporters here for the first act of non-league finals day. The lineups today: AFC Stoneham, Callum Lee is in goal, and in defence we have Lewis Nagel, Dan Miller, Ash Wells and Jake Thompson, Matt Brainbridge, Tom Annetts and the captain Alex Welch in the middle, and then Tyrrell Sampson, Oliver Jenkins and Duarte Martins, probably the front three. Substitutes today: 5 can come on out of the 7. Ryan Clewitt, Owen Fee, Callum Laycock, Kate Dyer, Jim Orvis, Jamie Johnston and Artie Curtin. Got to say a word for 2 players that didn't make the cut today, the 2 youngest players in the squad, Max Kirby and Ollie O'Mahony. No doubt they'll be disappointed and will hope for another chance, and of course they can only bring on 5 of 7 subs, so there will be more disappointed people later on. Cockfosters have Connor Sampson in goal, Egan and Tigi, Junior Moses, JJ Lovell the captain, Jay Lovell and JJ De Cruz make up their defence. Teddy Stacey and Junior Mabai are defensive midfield players, and then Corey Agboma, Oli Sotebino, George Lutaya and Junior Kendall Jimfy. Kendall Jamfy's got 19 goals and he's the danger man for Cockfosters, it would seem. He scored 9 more than his nearest teammate. Matt Thompson, he would be the captain but's been suffering from injuries, on the bench with Max Jessup, Matt Shaw, Luca Gordon, Adam Hastings, Conrad Holland and Joseph Shenuda. And the match ball is being delivered into the centre circle on the back of what appears to be a remote controlled car, as both sets of players go over to applaud their fans. It's Isuzu D-Max, the car that they sponsor the FA Vase. That's why they're doing that. Cockfosters, all in red, have just applauded their supporters away to the left, and AFC Stoneham, all in purple, have been to wave and smile at their fans who are away to the right. The referee is Elliot Bell. He's from Liverpool. His season started refereeing in Japan. He's done 49 games this season. The most recent involving a South Coast team was Southampton 2, Bristol City 2. And this season he showed 180 yellow cards from those 49 games, but only 5 red cards. He's assisted by Connell Bartlett and Jacob Lehane, and Kirsty Dowell is the 4th official today. Both teams in the huddle, in a circle in their own halves before we get ready for kick-off. Exciting stuff, Dave Diper.
Yeah, it certainly is. Pre-match is always exciting, but the nerves would be dangling with those players. They'd just be very keen to get the kick-off. Managers, both managers actually sat down to start, which is different to what I did. I stood up most of the time.
Yeah, I remember I was sat in the dugout there waiting for the chance to talk to you. I never got it because you were just out there by the pitch, mesmerised for the whole game.
Yeah, I certainly was.
And I was also going to say it's great to see Alex Welch is back as captain. He's missed a few games with injury. Also, when there was suspension scares really over a couple of key players. Super sub Callum Laycock was shown a red card recently that was downgraded to a yellow. He was worried he might not be able to play. And James Phillips, the manager's missed the last 2 games with suspension. There was a fear he might miss today, but he is here today. So delighted to see the captain, the super sub and the manager are all here at Wembley this afternoon. Ball's in the centre circle. AFC Stoneham look like they're going to kick from right to left. And Cockfosters, all in red, are going to get us underway, kicking left to right as we look at it here from the back of the press box here at Wembley, the National Stadium. Waiting for the referee's whistle. We are underway in the FA Vase Cup final of 2026, and Cockfosters put the ball out of play straight away over on the far side, and it's going to give a throw to Stoneham. Looks like Ash Wells is playing right back, and he's thrown the ball up into the other half, and it gets returned with a high ball forward, and Welch turns in the centre, gets it away, and Welch has to battle again as Cockfosters win the ball back, and it's the first attack of the game comes down the right wing for Cockfosters FC, and the cross tries to come in from Ogboma, takes a deflection off of Lewis Nagel and out for a throw to Cockfosters in an attacking position down on this near touchline on the right flank as we look at it. I think Ryan Cluett, who was playing for you once at Stoneham, will be a bit disappointed not to be in there. He wears number 2 in the squad, but he's will be used as a sub today if he's used at all. We've got we'll just take this throw from Lovell, the captain. It's a good long throw into the penalty area. Dan Miller wins the header away, and then it's kicked out of danger into midfield where the red shirts pick it back up. Lovell sweeps the ball towards the area. Dan Miller gets it away again for the Purples. In the centre circle is Junior Moses, who's found himself playing out on the wing in the 2 semi-finals that they knocked out Punjab United, and for Stoneham comfortable home and away victories over Hallen, a team from Bristol. All the 4 semi-finalists from the south of England this year. And Teague has the ball for Cockfosters, running forward here in the FA Vase final at Wembley Stadium. And I think they've possibly made the brightest start here, but the throw has gone Stoneham's way. Ryan Cluett there, the back 4. We seem to have Ash Wells at right back, Nagel at left back, and we've got Thompson and Miller there. And I mean, you've managed Miller and Cluett. One of them starts today and one of them doesn't, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, Miller has got the experience. I thought him on the 53rd minute in our game. But you can see straight away he's won every ball in the air so far, so he's going to be a big player for them today.
Good ball out to Welch, who flicks it out to the right wing, where Annetts is trying his best to get it away. The defender turns himself into knots, really, and Moses puts it out of place, safety first in the end, but he span around a little bit there. And it was a good move, because it was a good ball from Miller up through to Welch, who hooked it out to the right wing, and it's going to be a throw almost up by the corner flag, and it is Lewis Nagel to take the ball. It is a corner ball, the first corner of the afternoon, and he's going to try and do an in-swinger here, it would appear. Everybody, so many players in the 6-yard box. Here comes the first chance, corner from Nagel. Keeper comes and flaps and misses it. It's a foul given then there. Maybe he was pushed. He's in a fluorescent yellow. It's Connor Sampson. And it's a free kick here to Cockfosters in the opening minutes of the FA Vase final here at Wembley against AFC Stoneham the Purples. Greg, we've got Dave a chance to see it back. I think maybe Dan Miller is penalised for putting his arm on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's right.
Not often in non-league you get the luxury of the action replay, so Dave and I are going to enjoy that today, because the last time we worked together was at Andover New Street, where we didn't have the action replay. But was that a fair decision with Dave? Was that look a little bit soft?
It was soft in my ideas, yeah. It's just, I've seen him give in, obviously, but I know it was a bit harsh.
We're in the 4th minute, and Cockfosters play a ball through the middle. Stoneham's defences, Thompson was pointing at Nagel, who did get it back to Lee, the keeper, who's hooked it out of play up on the halfway line. I reckon there might be about 20% more Cockfosters fans at the moment in the ground to Stoneham's, but a good effort from both sides. I think we've got probably about 3,000 of each in here today, and maybe a little bit more. Of course, the big support's going to arrive when Southend get here later for the FA Trophy final. Here on BBC Radio Solent Sport, we're into the 5th minute of the Vase final. And they're just testing each other at the moment, trying to find each other out. It's 0-0 between AFC Stoneham and Cockfosters. Tom Annetts wins the ball in the middle unfairly, according to the referee. Boos from the Cockfosters fans over that side, and a free kick to the Fosters just inside their own half, and it's just knocked him off balance. Junior Moses, who was worked his way through the ranks at Cockfosters, but had a trial at some point in that journey with AC Milan. But obviously he didn't get acquired, because he's come back and stayed loyal to Cockfosters. We've got needing a bit of water on this near touchline is Tyrrell Sampson, such an influential forward for them. He's just taking a sip of water from the bottle. It's a little bit of a slow start to the final, Dave, would you say?
Yeah, like most finals, to be honest. Cliff, nobody wants to give anything away. I say they're still nervous. First 15 minutes, you sort that out probably, and it's important not to concede during that first spell.
Dave Diper, who of course won this competition 12 years ago as manager of Sholing, is helping Radio Solent today with the summary of this cup final. We're here until 3 o'clock, where we hopefully will have the result and the trophy lift and some post-match interviews for you. Hopefully it is the Purples of Stoneham who are celebrating. At the moment they've got a bit of defending to do as Cockfosters take the free kick and pump the ball out to the right wing, where it's brought down by Oboma. Can he get past Cluitt? He tries to run past Cluitt. He does run past Cluitt. A chance to cross? No. A good tackle comes in from Ryan Cluitt. The last touch came off the Cockfosters player, and it is a goal kick to Stoneham. And it looked a bit dicey there for a minute, Dave, but great stuff from Lewis Nagel to get back in that position. What a tackle.
Yeah, it was a tremendous tackle. Like I say, he got beat. The ball was pushed around him, and he got goal siren, but it was a tremendous tackle.
And they've got some lively forwards that score goals, but how important, Dave, is Dan Miller's won this competition with Sholing.
Yeah.
You've got Thompson, who's played for Saints. You've got Wells, who's been 300 games for Weymouth. That perhaps is the backbone of the team, having those experienced defenders.
I think you're dead right, Cliff. Experience is everything out there, really, and you can calm the players down, because obviously the nerves, I think Stoneham are still playing a little bit of nerves in their system, so but Dan will get to that.
Free kick to Cockfosters, just inside Stoneham's half, just past the centred circle. Teddy Stacey and Junior and Bai were passing the ball nicely, and then a late tackle's come in from Duarte Martins, and it's a free kick. The referee marks the pitch. No VAR today. We do have goal line technology. We will have a penalty shootout after the end of the game, no extra time, and we have the sin bin. Now, I don't think we've ever had a player sin binned at Wembley before. It only comes in for dissent. You get 10 minutes on the bench for dissent, but hopefully we won't see that today. Cockfosters take the free kick to the right flank, and they win their first corner. It went in over the line off the back of Lewis Nagel, and it's the side from the end of representing the town on the end of the Piccadilly line to get their first corner here at Wembley Stadium. The near half of the pitch is nice and sunny at the moment, bathed in sunshine. The far side is in the shade. And whilst for Stoneham's corner everyone was in the 6-yard box, for Cockfosters everybody is not. They're around the penalty spot. Corner's going to come in from Cockfosters. Nice curling delivery to the back post. It goes over everybody. It's kept in play into the danger area and headed over the bar by Kendall Jamfi. A nice opportunity for them over the top. Perhaps it was difficult for him to angle that header down, Dave, but it was a good chance for them.
Yeah, it was a great corner, by the way, but defender did well. But the ball played back in, but obviously the guy just hit it over the top of the bar.
It was tricky for him to actually work a way to head that down, but he was so close. That goes down as the game's first chance in the 9th minute of a game, which is AFC Stoneham 0, Cockfosters 0. And Jamfi heading over the top. Now, Stoneham maybe need to get a little bit more of a handle on the game. Wells has the ball in the centre, has gone on a bit of a dribble, gets past a couple of tackles, and then he's brought down. Oh, push and shove there. You don't really need that so early in the game, but Cockfosters number 18, Ole Sutton Yimbo, push the Stoneham player. They've got a free kick, and the referee, I think, is wanting to talk to the players involved.
Yeah, I mean, they got the free kick, so I didn't see the sense of pushing him.
Ball's in the centre circle, and it's going to be Jake Thompson to take it. Jake, who played 14 games for the Saints, 6 for the Cherries when he was on loan and scored a goal. I think back then the Cherries were not allowed to sign him because of their financial problems. But he told me that this will be the pinnacle of his career, playing at Wembley Stadium. He's going to take this free kick in the centre circle, out to the left wing. Miller tries to win the header, goes out of play for a throw to Stoneham, away on the left-hand side. And Nagel, who's set up a couple of cracking goals in the semi-final first leg, he's taking this throw out on the left touchline. Not got too many options. He looks for Martins. Martins brings the ball down well, dribbles out to the left wing and wins the corner. It's taken a deflection, is low cross, and it's going to be another corner to Stoneham, this time on the near side, and Tom Annetts is going over to take this set piece. And I guess you, particularly in this day and age, but in general, you've got to make your set pieces count, Dave.
Set pieces are very important, but you know, the players know all their jobs. If they stick to the plan, I'm sure, you know, either team will sort of benefit from one of them at least.
Annetts takes the corner, sweeps it to the back post, the keeper's out and pushes it away, and again the referee said he was pushed, but the keeper got a nice palm on that, extended his arm, got it away, but the referee thought again, and the keeper's saying that's twice now. It's as it comes in there, absolutely not for me, Dave.
No way. I mean, goalkeepers get too much protection as it is, and he just flapped at that one.
They thought Oliver Jenkins had made an offence. With the benefit of the replays, it is not a foul at all, but instead of getting another corner, it's Cockfosters that get the ball, and they work it around their defence here at Wembley Stadium in the 12th minute here of the Isuzu FA Vase final, and it's AFC Stoneham 0, Cockfosters 0, and Cockfosters looking comfortable in possession at the moment, passing it nicely all around the defence, and then coming up to the middle and out to the left wing and working it back. At the moment, Stoneham have got everybody back. Personally looking forward to seeing Stoneham on the counter because they've got some really good forwards. At the moment they have to defend, and Dan Miller wins another good ball up through the middle, but it's picked up by Cockfosters, but Welch wins the tackle to get it away from Sotoyinbo, and Alex Welch who's been here from 9 seasons, from when they were in Wessex League Division 1. And if he stays on next season, he might get a testimonial. If he stays on next season, he'll be captaining them at a higher level yet again. It was important for him to play. He scored a couple of goals in the semi, Alex Welch, Dave, and it was good to see that he took it carefully. He missed some of those cup finals. He didn't want to risk himself not being here today.
Yeah, I mean, he's really important to Stoneham. When you've got your goal scorer of the team on the form, it does make a big difference. So, I think Cockfosters have settled down a little bit quicker than what Stoneham have. But I'll say it's a long way to go in this game.
Stoneham with the throw out on the right wing, trying to get it. I think that might be Annetts out there. He's going to do very well to get anything from there. He's got a throw in the end because he was being marshalled extremely well by the centre half, and JJ Cruz ended up being the obstacle that meant he couldn't cross the ball, but he does win a throw. Throw to the Purples, and they win another one. They couldn't get too far. It does seem that there's some pretty close detail for the defence from Cockfoster at the moment. They seem to have maybe done some homework and are marking Stoneham well. In towards the penalty area, and Cockfosters hook it clear and get it away up from the middle. Welch, who's everywhere at the moment, wins the header, and Annetts plays the ball to Jenkins, and now the cross comes in. This could be a chance. Annetts on the edge of the box took a touch, and it wasn't a good one. It went away from him when he might have been able to get a shot in if it had been a better first touch, but the control wasn't there. But they get another opportunity. Now Nagel bursts forward. Has he got anyone in support? He's going down the left wing. Does he need anyone in support? Well, perhaps he did, because a good tackle came in from Cockfosters. Thompson, Sampson. The Purples of Stoneham trying to get the opening goal here at Wembley. Still 0-0 against Cockfosters, who perhaps think they might have made slightly the better start. They've had one chance which Janfi put over the bar. And Ash Wells, the very experienced defender, who's from Blandford in Dorset, thinks about his option as he's got a little bit of time. He finds his defensive counterpart Dan Miller. He passes it to Jake Thompson. Thompson and Miller I'll work out the combined age later, but that back three is probably very experienced. And Dan Miller, who plays it up through the middle to Martins. Martins hooks it forward. The Purple's in possession at the moment. Going back for Thompson. Lewis Nagel. 16th minute at Wembley, still waiting for the goal. Bit patient build up from both sides at the moment. And now it's Stoneham's turn to pass it around the turf at Wembley. Cockfosters do play on a grass pitch, but Stoneham play on the artificial surface at Stoneham Lane. Good ball forward to the edge of the area, tried to find Martins. In the end, it's Cockfosters who defend desperately and get it high, but not particularly far. Martins heads it forward, hooks it forward. Who can get on the end of this one? Bainbridge is up there. It can't find Bainbridge, it can't find Jenkins. And Cockfosters rather casually bring it away here at Wembley, where it's still 0-0. Cliff Pledge and Dave Diper and Rob Seals on BBC Radio Solent will be talking you through this game. Will Stoneham be able to do what Wimborne Town, Winchester City and Sholing have done before and bring this cup back to the South Coast? Welch, the captain, is having a good game so far, plays the ball out to the right wing. Good piece of control, brings it down and working it around into the middle, and Bainbridge plays it back. Stoneham have worked it all around the Wembley turf, but back to their goalkeeper Callum Lee at the moment.
That's good. I think they need to do that, Cliff, as well, you know.
If everybody gets a touch, you know, and the passes are accurate, it's good for confidence.
Yeah, I noticed they're winning a few second balls as well, which is really important.
So this is Martins, and he tries to play in Nagel. And in the end, it's Junior Moses who gets it back to the keeper, who's, well, makes a little bit of a hash of it, and he was put under a lot of pressure, and it's a throw to Stoneham in a good position, and a little bit of disagreement amongst the Cockfosters defence there with what the keeper went for. And it's Throw taken back to Jake Thompson. Well, they've got players up there. I don't know if they need to go back unless Dan Miller's going to go long, but he's not indicating that he does. They're going to play a possession game, I think. Thompson, what is his option? Plays the ball up to the edge of the area. It is headed in forwards by Bainbridge, but it didn't fall for Martins. But do you think Stoneham are getting a little bit more confident as the game goes on, Dave?
Yeah, definitely the last 5 minutes they got back into the game. They've grown into it. Everybody's a little bit more comfortable on the ball now, and their pressing is a team should press as well. So, yeah, looking better for Stoneham.
Well, the bookmakers had Stoneham 2-1 on to lift the trophy today, and Cockfosters at 6-4. But certainly no mismatch at the moment. Very, very even fixture as both teams maybe respect the occasion and a little bit nervous of the occasion. We've only had one chance in the first 18 minutes, and that was Jamfi's header over the top for Cockfosters. And they play it down the right wing to the club from London. Thompson wins the header, Jenkins wins another header, and Sampson plays it forward towards Martins. Will he get the luck at the bounce here? Two defenders around him, out-muscle him and clear the ball. And then Welch wins the loose ball, sliding and putting it out of play to stop Cockfosters attacking down this right-hand side, where Corey Ogboma has seen a little bit of the ball so far. Former Bromley player. Will be an interesting battle between him and Lewis Nagel, the left back. When the Perps go marching in can be heard. I would just wait in a minute to see who it was singing there, but when the Perps go marching in. And of course, we've heard when the Saints go marching in here recently, and hopefully we'll hear it again in the not too distant future. Appeal pending. Annetts plays the ball out the right wing for Stoneham. This is an opportunity for Martins. It's gone out for a goal kick. He thought it was a corner, but I thought it was a corner.
Yeah, definitely a corner.
And some boos from the Stoneham supporters here, because it looked like it was a chance for their third corner of the afternoon, but the officials thought otherwise. And Connor Sampson takes the goal kick. He's all in yellow, and Callum Lee is all in grey at the other end, the goalkeeper for AFC Stoneham. Callum Lee, 22, and played with Saints, Brighton and the Cherries in his youth career before being told he was too small to be a professional goalkeeper, but he's done extremely well with first Handball and then Stoneham. And then Nagel cuts out an attack for Cockfosters, gets Stoneham going the other way. Sampson tries to weave it through to Jenkins but wasn't able to do so, and Cockfosters get the throw. They're not having it all their own way at the moment. Sampson and Jenkins and Martin, of course, havoc in the Wessex League week in, week out, but at the moment Cockfosters seem to have the measure of them in the opening 20 minutes or so. And Cockfosters, who were formed just 2 years after Stoneham, also making their first trip to Wembley Stadium today. In fact, they've won 9 games to get here, Cockfosters. Stoneham have won 7. And Cockfosters had never won in history more than 2 games in a season in this competition. So extraordinary stuff for both teams to get here. Cockfosters play the ball through the middle. Miller's the first to the tackle. This could be an opportunity for the Homes. A tussle and a goal kick pointed. They wanted a penalty, but Kendall Jamfi burst through. A little bit of indecision at the back there with Dan Miller. He thought he was fouled. It's a goal kick, not a penalty. Dave Diper, what do you think?
Well, it's coming together, to be honest. I don't think there was any malice in that at all.
It was Ash Wells who got the last, sort of bumped him over, but I think he was going for the ball. It doesn't look like a foul or a penalty to me.
No. It definitely looked quite sharp though, Cockfosters going forward, so something which Stoneham will have to be aware of.
Yes, they've marginally looked the better team, or equals at least to Stoneham. Stoneham are obviously used to romping away with this season, having won 3 trophies already, but they are not having it all their own way at Wembley against Cockfosters FC. Thompson brings the ball out of defence for the Purples, plays a long ball up the wing looking for Duarte Martins. I don't know if he's going to have the ability to get there ahead of the number 6, and It was JJ De Cruz, who strong at the back for Cockfosters, got the ball away. Stoneham keep the pressure on. They're not getting it out of their half. And the ball goes out of play for a throw to, almost called them the home team because they're based in London, but Cockfosters FC. So with the score at AFC Stoneham, Cockfosters nil, I'll now hand over commentary duties to Rob Sills.
Pledgey, thank you. The ball at the feet of the Cockfosters goalkeeper Connor Sampson. They're trying to work it out of the 18-yard box down their left-hand side, the far side, as we look down from the back of this press box at Wembley Stadium. A game finally poised so far. If you're just tuning in, goalless between Cockfosters and AFC Stoneham at the home of football. Big banner behind the goal that says, "Where legends are made, the greatest stage is set." Can a Stoneham player make themselves a hero, write themselves in club folklore this afternoon? Stoneham trying to win the biggest accolade in their club's history so far. The ball is out for a throw-in on this near side. It's in the middle of the Stoneham half. Cockfosters are in possession. A battle for the ball as Sampson loses out, and now Cockfosters can try and come forward down the centre of the pitch. They're working the ball out to the far side channel this time. Left back Junior Moses trying to get into a crossing position. He's about 40 yards out, being forced backwards by the Stoneham press, and it's a good challenge from Martins, who clears the ball up towards the halfway line, but Cockfosters still in possession. They're in front of their manager Gavin Kelsey's technical area down to our left. They work it all the way back to their goalkeeper Sampson in his all fluorescent yellow strip. The ball now in the left centre back position, and Cockfosters in front of their supporters at the moment on that far side, still in possession. The tempo's been fairly slow from the off so far, but as Dave Diper was saying, a fairly standard procedure for a non-league cup final these days, as Cockfosters have it on the right now. They put the cross and it's flicked on at the front post and it's away. A chance for Cockfosters to try and get a shot away. A player has gone down inside the penalty area. The referee puts the whistle to his lips and gives Stoneham a free kick on the edge of their 18-yard box. Another dangerous delivery from Agboma on this near side. Beat Nagel onto his right foot, whipped it in towards the penalty spot. He's caused a few problems down the right, hasn't he, Dave, Agboma?
Yeah, he certainly has. Yeah, he's very good on the ball, very tricky. It's a great cross, actually.
Miller walks the ball out from centre back, and then his pass forward towards the halfway line's intercepted. It's not a falling. Cockfosters might be in here. Handball in there, the referee gives as Stoneham appealed. It was Agboma again that tried to take that ball on his shoulder and get into the 18-yard box, but handball was given, and now Stoneham with a chance to break at the other end. Nagel scarpers forward over the halfway line, goes down, wants a free kick that the ref's not interested in. Nagel's had a bright start at Wembley, 25 minutes gone, 0-0 the score. Always looking to get forward. The young left back has contributed going forward this season. 4 league goals to his name for Lewis Nagel. Started off as a winger on the left hand side, but has gradually moved further back into left back. Made a pretty seamless transition, and certainly adds something for Stoneham going forward down this near side in this opening half so far. Cockfosters trying to work another ball down the right hand side, looking for Egan and Tigi. The pass was overhit, and it's out of play for a throw into Stoneham in their left back position below us in the sunshine at Wembley Stadium. The sun shining down on the Wembley pitch, looks like a snooker table down there, and Nagel has the ball in his hands down below us. He's going to throw it down the line. He's got 3 purple shirts ahead of him. Jenkins tries to win the flick on but can't, and then Stoneham pick up the loose ball and give it straight away again. Thompson wins the pass, and then Nagel's going to play a left-footed pass down the line. That's a brilliant pass, and he releases Sampson down the left. Duarte Martins and Annetts are in the middle. Sampson onto his right foot, tees up Martins in the box. Can he finish? He goes down. That's a fantastic tackle from the centre-back on the edge of the 6-yard box. Won the ball and nothing else as Martins went to ground. A few penalty shouts waved away by the referee. Really important tackle from the Cockfosters defender to deny Duarte Martins from close range. Stoneham could have wanted that to fall to anyone on the pitch. It would be Martins. Far and away their top scorer, the top scorer in the Wessex Premier Division as well this season. 29 goals to his name across the 38 matches. As Cockfosters try and work it down their right hand side now. It's One back by Stoneham in their left back position, and Sampson clears it up towards the halfway line. Martins gets there first, tries to flick it round the corner and nearly gets his legs taken out from beneath him. Jenkins heads the ball back towards the halfway line. The ball being contested at the top of the Stoneham half, and then Jenkins puts his foot through it. Into the Cockfosters half it goes. It's over in the left back position with Junior Moses now, who just touches it back to the goalkeeper. Sampson on the edge of the 18-yard box. And now Cockfosters in possession, left of centre on the far side. That channel on the far side of the pitch. They play it across to the base of the centre circle now on this near hand side. Cut out by Sampson as they look to try and release Antigua down the right. Cockfosters again just slowing the tempo ever so slightly as they look for a way through a bank of 5 Perps midfielders, all lined up across their half. Cockfosters come forward again as they try and play it to the edge of the 18-yard box. Stoneham cut it out again though, and here's Bainbridge with Antigua for company. He gives the ball away cheaply now though, and the early cross is a decent one. It's cleared away by Thompson. Annetts is underneath it and he heads it back into the right back position. He then flicks it around the corner, and now Wells might be able to run for the hills for Stoneham. He gets towards the halfway line, but Moses gets back well and wins it on the halfway line. And now Cockfosters with a chance to come forward. Challenge comes in from Annetts and the referee's not happy with it. Free kick is awarded. A couple of calls for a booking. Referee not interested again. Pledgey had the stat for you earlier. The referee's given almost 200 yellow cards this season. Not interested in getting the checkbook out yet. The referee, Elliot Bell. Free kick on the far side touchline, just inside the Stoneham half, in front of the 2 sets of supporters. It's going to be a left-footed floated cross from Junior Moses, the Cockfosters number 3, and it comes now. It's hard, it's long, it's towards the penalty spot. The goalkeeper comes out and takes an easy claim at chest height. Ripples of applause from the Stoneham supporters over on the other side of the pitch. Directly opposite us, we're just to the right of the halfway line at Wembley Stadium. 0-0 the score. Played 30 minutes of the 2026 FA Vase final between AFC Stoneham and Cockfosters. Neither side have been at the home of football before. Stoneham coming up on Thursday for a look around. Looked at the pitch, the dressing rooms. Familiarise themselves with the setting. Stoneham take the throw in. They're down by the Cockfosters corner flag on the far side, and the ball's gone out of play for a Stoneham corner. Another chance for them to get a delivery into the box. Nagel's going across to take it again. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger. Just wanders over to retrieve the ball. And Dave, 30 minutes gone. How do you see it's gone so far? Who would you say has been on top? It's been quite even, hasn't it?
It's been very even, yeah. Neither side's actually controlling the game, but these set pieces are going to be very important, I think, in this game. Both sides have got good players that can deliver the balls.
Nagel raises both arms away to our left and whips it in left-footed. It's right towards the back post. The goalkeeper comes off his line and makes an easy catch. And Cockfosters are going to try and have a counter-attack now as the goalkeeper smashes a long ball looking for Giamfi. One back by Thompson though, and then Jenkins has some time to pick a pass. Gets it back from Wells and then gives it back to the Stoneham number 6. The ball now in the left-back position with Thompson, vastly experienced. He's done a bit of coaching this season as well, Thompson. Former Southampton and Bournemouth defender. He's played once for England under 17s and has a senior cap for Trinidad and Tobago. Does the Stoneham number 26 as he passes it out to the left back position now to Bainbridge. Olay is coming from the Stoneham fans on the other side of the pitch as Sampson tries to play a 1-2 with the captain Welch, but he's given the ball away on the halfway line. And now here's Cockfosters with Moses out to the far side channel. Now they go towards the left hand side of the pitch, working it now infield, and then it's back to the base of the centre circle to Lovell. And now Cruz. Cockfosters happy to just keep possession near and around the halfway line again as they look for an opening. Stoneham defending pretty resiliently so far, just holding firm in their half, not letting anything through too cheaply. Here's Moses in the left back position. Now it's with Stacey on the centre spot now. Cockfosters again just enjoying passing the ball around towards the back end of the pitch, just getting a bit of possession as they now chip it forward looking for Giamfi. Stoneham win the ball back though, do they? Yes, it's cleared away, and then a late tackle is left on Alex Welch, the captain. He's lying on his front, he's not in any discomfort or anything, he gets back to his feet.
It's nice to see that actually. The player get up really quick.
And George Lataya on that far side just tried to win the ball back and went straight through. Welch, the ball now with Nagel on the halfway line in front of the Stoneham technical area. Goes down the line to Sampson and then tries to get it back, but the Stoneham number 9 keeps possession and then just drops it round the corner, and Cockfosters might be away. Here's a chance for Giamfi, right hand side of the 18-yard box. Big chance for Cockfosters, he's overrun it. Callum Lee comes off his line and gets the ball. It was Sampson that gave the ball away on the halfway line. Big chance for Cockfosters, and now a chance for Stoneham as Martins tries to be released down the left. The goalkeeper comes to the edge of the box and puts it out for a throw in. 34 minutes gone, 0-0. Game starting to open up a bit, Dave Dyper.
Yeah, it was a massive opportunity, so you've got to take those.
Throw in high up the pitch for Stoneham, just about level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Nagel gets it back from Jenkins and tries to work it onto his left foot. Can he cross it? Yes, he can. It's headed away at the front post, but only towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Here's Sampson now, tries to shoot, gets blocked. Still the ball on the edge of the Cockfosters box, and then it's lashed away up towards the halfway line, and Thompson wins the header. The ball pinging around, bouncing around. There is a player in red down inside the Cockfosters half, but the play goes on. The base of the centre circle with Stoneham. Here's Wells down the right hand side. Bainbridge now in possession, midway inside the Cockfosters half on the far side. Back into the Stoneham half now it goes to Miller, former Sholing defender. 478 appearances for the Boatmen, including the FA Vase win that the man next door to me will know all about. He was part of that team, Dan Miller, the only Stoneham player to have played at Wembley prior to this fixture. Stoneham over on the far side in possession. They look down the line for Martins in an attacking right wing position, but Cockfosters win the ball back and they're going to try and play it out up towards the halfway line now. Here's Lataya, goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Sampson. No way through for Cockfosters. 35 minutes gone, 0-0 the score at Wembley under the sunshine. Sampson wins the ball back on the halfway line for Stoneham, and then Nagel just steps inside a red shirt and gives it to Welch. Thompson plays it all the way back to the edge of the 18-yard box to Sampson, and now in the right back position the ball goes to Dan Miller. He's going to wander over the halfway line. He's got plenty of options ahead of him, but he's played a pretty poor pass and gives it straight back to Cockfosters in their midfield. They then work it out to the left hand side now, and Giamfi brings the ball down. He's got 3 purple shirts in front of him, works onto his right foot and then plays it back towards the halfway line. 10 minutes of normal time to go plus any stoppages. Goalless here at Wembley. They now work it into the centre circle to Cockfosters. They're going to try and attack now down the right hand side, looking for Ogbome. He's had some joy down the right so far, and the ball goes out of play for a goal kick. It was actually Egan Ntigi chasing that one down, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick to AFC Stoneham. Here's Miller on the edge of the 18-yard box. Tempo slows yet again, neither side having too many clear-cut chances as Stoneham now have some space with Jenkins on the right. He plays a lovely crossfield pass looking for the chest of Alex Welch, who does bring it down, and then it's cleared away by the defender. Fantastic pass from Jenkins. Really good vision to play it from right to left into the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. It was controlled on the chest of Welch, didn't quite fall for any kind of shot to be had, but it's a throw in an attacking position to Nagel. Sampson, the only real option in purple in an advanced position so far. We'll talk about that ball again from Jenkins shortly once the ball goes out of play. Thompson with a chance to cross from the left, hangs it towards the middle, and the goalkeeper comes out and makes the claim. And now Cockfosters are trying to have a counter-attack. They stop the ball dead in their left back position. And now they're just going to pass it around. But great ball from Jenkins there, David.
Unbelievable.
Lovely an example of just getting something going and creating something. Really.
Yeah, exactly. It was a diag. That was that sort of like kills defenders. So it was a tremendous ball.
38 minutes gone. 0-0 the score at Wembley Stadium in the FA Vase final. Cockfosters in possession in their back four. They play it forward up to the edge of the centre circle now. At the base of the centre circle with Stacey. Out to this near side to Ntigi. Ball still on the halfway line on the near channel. Cockfosters now try and gain a bit of ground and head towards the Stoneham box, but it's given away. Here's a Boomer though, back in possession. Midway inside the Stoneham half. In this near side touchline. Stacey opens up his body to the top of the centre circle now to Sotin Yimbo. And now can Cockfosters create something as we head towards the final knockings of this first half. Good tackle from Welch, wins the ball back for Stoneham. And now it's with Martins on the centre spot. Plays a loose pass to Sampson. And then Stoneham win the ball back, but a free kick is awarded just inside the Stoneham half. I think it was Annetz that put a hand on the shoulder of Mabai. Cockfosters take it quickly and are trying to work it down the left hand side now. Back in their possession, but they show too much of it to Jenkins, and then Martins is on the end of a strong tackle. That was a lunging one on the halfway line. A few Stoneham players head over to the referee. They want some punishment for this one. It was a flying tackle from the number 5 who gets away with a yellow card. Martins is down. Doesn't look like he's in too much pain though, but it was a flying tackle from the captain Jay Lovell. What'd you make of that one, Dave?
Yeah, definitely late one. That was a bit annoying. I'm just seeing it again now. Yeah, I mean, two-footed, basically slid in two-footed, but he's a lucky boy, to be honest with you.
Jenkins played the pass forward. Martins was stretching forward. He got there first, and I don't think he actually got too much of Martins, did Lovell, but if he'd got more of him, we could have seen a slightly darker card.
Yeah, definitely.
Free kick to Stoneham then, just shy of the halfway line, into the Cockfosters half. It's Thompson that stood over it. Everybody forward for Stoneham. In the 40th minute, goalless here at Wembley. Can Stoneham end the half with a flurry? Ground is gradually filling up more and more as supporters of Wealdstone and Southend United start filtering in. Thompson's going to take the free kick right-footed, floats it towards the edge of the 18-yard box. It's headed away, and Stoneham can't capitalise, although the ball does go out for a Stoneham throw-in, says referee Elliot Bell. So a chance for them to get the ball into the box from the near side, from the attacking left winger position. Nagel's come over to this near side to take it. He's got Sampson for company, throws it into Jenkins. He tries to flick it around the corner to Welch. Stoneham still in possession. Now here's Jenkins trying to cross right-footed. Welch was in the middle, it slipped. It's not dealt with very well by the defence, and then it's flicked over the top by Sampson. He was trying to read where that second ball was going to fall. Just nearly went out of play, really, right on the byline. Just tried to hook it back over the goalkeeper's head. Just over the roof of the net in the end, but half a side to goal for Stoneham, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I say it was more of a mistake than anything else, but there was certainly an opportunity there, but yeah, just over the bar.
Cockfosters in possession on the edge of their own 18-yard box now. Played 41 minutes in this FA Vase final. Cockfosters in possession at the base of the centre circle. Is trying to work the ball across the pitch from the near side to far side, right to left. And now they're trying to attack the Stoneham goal. They're on the halfway line still though, Art Fosters. Played across the centre circle to Lovell. Recently yellow carded for that flying tackle on Martins. Now the ball back with Sampson in goal. Left back position now is Moses. Cockfosters haven't had a real chance since Giamfi went through on goal. He's seen the best two chances of the game for Fosters. Saw a header over the bar and then overrun when he was put through on goal by a Stoneham mistake, allowing the goalkeeper to just come off his line and win the ball back. And Cockfosters in possession again, just knocking it around. Stoneham happy to just sit off them for the time being. Now they're trying to work it down the left. Cockfosters, a good tackle from Welch to put the ball out of play for a Cockfosters throw in, level with the edge of the 18-yard box as we look directly down it. On the far side, the throw-in is taken. It's from Moses to Latai, now back to Moses, onto his left foot. Can he get a cross in over on the far side? Plays it back to a deeper position, then the ball's delivered and it's cleared away by Stoneham in the edge of the 18-yard box. And Cockfosters in possession on the base of the centre circle. Martin's trying to put a bit of pressure on the Portuguese centre forward. And now Stoneham are trying to win the ball back, and they nearly do actually, but Cockfosters now can bring the ball forward with Intigi. He then loses the ball, and now Stoneham can try and break. Here's Annette over the halfway line. He's got options left and right, and he's played a pretty poor through ball looking for the run of Martins. It was nowhere near him really. Gave the ball away cheaply when they had an opportunity to break. 43 minutes gone. 2 minutes of normal time to play. Can either team end the half strongly? Cockfosters into a crossing position down the left hand side, the far side. They then play it back to nobody, and a red shirt does pick it up though. 25 yards from goal now, wandering forwards. It's Stacey back out to the far side into a crossing position from the left. Cross right-footed, comes in towards the back post. It's over Jamfi, but it's controlled by Bomo at the back. Can he put it back into the mixer? He does. It's cleared away by Thompson, right-footed, but it's kept alive by Cockfosters. Good touch. Jenkins then gets a foot on it, puts it back up towards the halfway line, and Cockfosters are going to come again. 43.5 minutes gone at Wembley. 0-0 the score. Now it's chipped into the middle. Jamfi's onside, is he? The flag goes up, and Jamfi scuffs his shot anyway. He's had a pretty torrid time in front of goal in this first half. Thought he really should have done better there. Stoneham survived though.
Definitely should have done better with that one.
They take the free kick quickly, do the Perps. Nagel in this left back position, so has to play a long clearance, but it's off a red shirt and does fall kindly for Martins, who wants a throw-in awarded their way, but it's not given. Cockfosters throw it down the line looking for Jamfi. He's got Thompson in his back, down the Cockfosters right. Here's Agboma. Crosses right-footed towards Ataya. It's headed away by Stoneham towards the edge of the box to Welch. He flicks it around the corner looking for Annetts on the Stoneham right, that far side. He does well to keep it alive. Lovely little back heel to try and nutmeg the defender, but Junior Moses does well to stand his ground and comes away with it for Cockfosters. The ball midway inside the Stoneham half, left of centre. They work it back to the halfway line. And now Stacey on the far side channel for Cockfosters. They've seen a lot of the ball in the Stoneham half in the last couple of minutes. Stoneham with 15 seconds of normal time plus whatever the fourth official, Kirsty Dow, decides to add on at the end of this first half. She's just walking out to the technical area to show the half-time added time board. Cockfosters in possession on the far side. It's just going to be the one added minute at Wembley Stadium. The ball is on the halfway line and not travelling very quickly at the moment with Lovell the captain. That's this near side to Moses, who switched sides for the time being. He's over on this right back position. He plays it towards the edge of the box to Jamfi. Thompson trying to stand firm. Here's Agboma right hand side of the box. Samson gets back to win the ball, and then he clears it out of play for a throw in to Cockfosters. Midway inside the Stoneham half on this near side touchline. A chance for them to get the ball back into the box though. Trying to end the half on a flurry and give those 3,000 Cockfosters supporters on the far side of the pitch something to cheer about. Can Stoneham hold on for just another few seconds and get in at half time? All square. The ball is delivered. It's headed away. Annetts then controls it, and Stoneham might have a chance to break if they can get the ball forward. It's won back though by the number 10, Junior Mabayi. And referee Elliot Bell brings the first half to a close. Nothing too significant to shout about in the opening 45 minutes of the FA Vase final in the sunshine at Wembley Stadium. Kendall Jamfi's arguably seen the best couple of chances for Cockfosters go begging. Saw a header go over the bar, a one-on-one he couldn't quite put into the back of the net. As for Stoneham, Duarte Martins put one over the bar from a tight angle. Alex Welch latched onto a through ball from Ollie Jenkins but couldn't quite control it as he would have hoped. And as the two players disappear down the tunnel, it is all square at Wembley in the FA Vase final. We've got another 45 minutes to bring you on the home of live sport across the south. We'll head back to the studio now, speak to Ian Wilding, get all the latest sports news from across the patch. Half time at Wembley, Cockfosters 0, AFC Stoneham 0.
This is BBC Radio Solent Sport.
Nothing to separate the two teams then at half-time, 0-0 in the FA Vase final. But if you want a message to put out there to the Stoneham players for the second half, we'd love to hear from you. Claire Payne says good luck to Stoneham. Enjoy the day. The memories will stay with you forever. Can they make them amazing memories and get the win today? Let's hear from you. 81333 on the text, 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Start your message with Solent at Solent Sport on X. And at half-time, we'll go through all the sports news right across the country and take a trip down memory lane and look back to when Sholing won the FA Vase under Dave Diper back in 2014. It's all to come on the home of live sport across the south.
BBC Radio Solent Sport.
Hello? My name's Pudsey. I'm from BBC Children in Need. I've never spoken before, but talking can make a big difference to children's mental health. Simple, everyday chats can help them open up about their worries before they get bigger. Every child needs someone to talk to. That's why I'm talking to you today.
Be someone a child can talk to. Search BBC Children in Need to find out how.
Wilding.
BBC Radio Solent Sport.
Good afternoon. I was going to say in the sunshine, but the sun's just gone down a little bit again here at Wembley Stadium. It is the FA Vase final. More than 600 teams have been in this competition, and now it's been whittled down to just the two, AFC Stoneham and Cockfosters, but nothing to separate the two at half-time. It's 0-0. There will be no extra time if it stays like this. It will go straight to penalties. And if it does, we'll have all the drama right here on your smart speaker, BBC Sounds, FM, digital radio and Freeview. You're listening to Solent Sport, BBC Radio Solent. And a reminder, from Tuesday next week, we're giving you the chance to win a smart speaker to make it even easier to listen to us. You can tune in at breakfast next week to find out more. Elsewhere then, in the Premier League, in the 12:30 kickoff, Luke Shaw scored after 5 minutes for Manchester United, who lead 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. In the 3 o'clock kickoffs, though, today, Bournemouth, they could secure a place in Europe for the first time ever without even kicking a ball against Manchester City on Tuesday, because they need Brentford to lose to Crystal Palace and for Everton not to beat Sunderland. Both games kicking off at 3 o'clock. Elsewhere at 3, Brighton will go above the Cherries and up to 6th if they win at Leeds, while Fulham are at Wolves. And at 5:30, West Ham will move out of the bottom 3 at the expense of Spurs if they win at Newcastle United. A reminder, the number to get in touch is 81333 on the text, and on WhatsApp is 08000 321 333. Start your message with Solent at Solent Sport on X. Elsewhere then, in other sports news today, in cricket, Hampshire against Nottinghamshire. It's lunch right now, and Hampshire have taken 4 wickets so far today. And Nottinghamshire are 206 for 7 in their first innings after Hampshire were all out for 214. So Nottinghamshire trailed by 8 runs with 3 wickets remaining in the first innings. So we'll see what happens there as that progresses. Either way, you can listen to that right now on the BBC Sport app and your smart speaker. So, as well as this game today, it's a lunchtime kick-off. FA Trophy final is up next as well at 4:30 this afternoon. That's Southend United against Wealdstone, and more supporters are coming into the ground ahead of that game as well. So as I say, that is a 4:30 kick-off later. In other sports news in football, Chelsea have appointed former Liverpool midfielder Xabi Alonso as their manager on a 4-year contract which starts in July. The 44-year-old Spaniard was available after leaving Real Madrid by mutual consent in January. That's less than 8 months into a 3-year contract. It comes after that 1-0 defeat against Manchester City in yesterday's FA Cup final. None other than Antoine Semenyo with the winning goal. In rugby union, England captain Meg Jones has called on her team to defy a lengthy list of absentees as they go in search of yet another Grand Slam. A new record attendance for a women's Six Nations match in France is expected for the title decider in Bordeaux. That's at 4:45 this afternoon. And in golf, America's Chris Smalley tops the bunch leaderboard heading into the final round of the US PGA Championship in Pennsylvania. It's on 6 under par, 2 clear of a group of players, including England's Aaron Rai. Rory McIlroy is also well positioned. He's just a shot further back on 3 under par. Just under 10 minutes as the sunshine comes out again here, now bathed in sunshine all of a sudden. AFC Stoneham in the FA Vase final against Cockfosters. You can see a lot of purple shirts still opposite in that south stand, around about 3,000 Stoneham fans, a few more Cockfosters supporters opposite, and it is evenly poised at 0-0, and we'll have commentary, as I say, in just under 10 minutes with Cliff Pledge, Rob Sills and Dave Diper. I'm talking of Dave Diper, when he led Sholing to some success in this competition 12 years ago. We'll take a trip back and look at that in just a second. But also, Cliff Pledge has been speaking to ex-Southampton and Bournemouth player Jake Thompson, who moved to Stoneham back in 2024. That was on Thursday when they came up on the coach, the players and the coaching staff and the chairman and the board, all to have a look around Wembley Stadium and take in the surroundings 3 days before this afternoon's game. And Jake said whatever happens today, both sides have done incredibly well to get to Wembley.
I think both us and Cockfosters can look at it as we've won already. Just the opportunity to play here. It's a national competition, so by all intents and purposes we're the best 2 teams at our level. It's a fantastic achievement for us and for them. The full focus will be on going to win the game, but like I said, I think we've all already won just being here.
Mm-hmm. And just a word for the fans and the volunteers and the players' families. They're going to have a special day.
Oh yeah, so we're lucky because we get to go out on the pitch and stuff, but everyone involved with the club, whether it be volunteers, the chairman, management, friends, family, it's an opportunity that they don't get to be at Wembley, have people playing that they know and they love, to watch and come support. It's just an incredible occasion.
Yeah, isn't it just? Jake Thompson there, who's been playing in this game today at half-time, 0-0. Can AFC Stoneham finish the job, I wonder, against Cockfosters? And it's so much football going on as well on Solent Sport, BBC Radio Solent. On Tuesday night we'll bring you commentary of Bournemouth at home to Manchester City. The Cherries will hope to have already secured a European place by then, but if they haven't, they could do it at Vitality Stadium and they could end Manchester City's title hopes in the process. John O'Holmes has your build-up from 6 o'clock on Tuesday with commentary as well, with Jordan Clark and Joe Partington. And before that, John O has the fan club tomorrow night from 6 till 7. Also, listen out to our breakfast sport bulletins, where we'll be looking ahead to that game, or reacting to this match at Wembley between AFC Stoneham and Cockfosters. And also, in the next 48 hours, there will be news one way or the other on Southampton and the Spygate situation, because that's all going to be revealed after the independent panel hearing. What happens to Saints if they get thrown out of the playoff final, which you think would still probably look unlikely for next Saturday's championship game against Hull City, or whether they get a points deduction or a fine, whatever the punishment is, after the Spygate scandal ahead of the first leg of their playoff semi-final against Middlesbrough. We will have we'll have it covered with all the breaking news as it happens right across the station and at Solent Sport on X, and we will be talking about that in our breakfast sport bulletins tomorrow morning, every half an hour, with Millie Payne. But the last Hampshire team to go to Wembley for the FA Vase, as I say, was Sholing in 2014, who's managed Sholing, the boatmen, by today's summariser Dave Diper. They beat West Auckland Town in the final, and let's have a look back at how that happened.
The news at 6 from BBC Radio Solent. Sholing FC are at Wembley this afternoon for the final of the FA Vase. They take on West Auckland Town, hoping to cap a successful season, which has already seen them crowned Wessex League champions. Our sports show comes live from Wembley Stadium.
It's another historic day for one of our South Coast teams. It's taken them 54 years to get to Wembley, but now they're here in force. Good afternoon, I'm Paul Bunker at the home of English football, where two sides from opposite ends of the country do battle in one of the showpiece occasions in non-league football. It's where the milkman, the postman and school teachers get the chance to step on the hallowed Wembley turf and, who knows, maybe write themselves and their team a little piece of history. Sholing, a small suburb of Southampton, take on West Auckland Town from County Durham.
Took a car downtown where the lost boys meet. Took a car downtown and took what they offered me.
Let's go pitch side straight away. Our man Cliff Pledge with manager Dave Diper.
How are you feeling ahead of the big game?
It's amazing, Cliff. You know, the atmosphere is building up now. You know, we've looked forward to this game for such a long time now. The preparation's been good.
Now trying to get Marvin McLean in behind the fullback again. Battle with Tatterton. McLean into the area. McLean shoots high and wide. Best chance of the game for Sholing. Half-time here at Wembley Stadium. Sholing 0, West Auckland Town 0.
Mick Marsh, head coach of Solent. It's a much more open second half as it's sort of end-to-end chances.
Yeah, I think what we've done is we changed the shape slightly. I truly believe we can be taking the Vase back to Southampton.
Long ball forward looking for Marvin McLean. McLean's into the penalty area. Marvin McLean for Sholing. The challenge comes in. Yes. But the ball still goes into the back of the net. Marvin McLean will claim it. And in the 70th minute, Sholing strike at Wembley. It's Sholing 1, West Auckland Town 0. There's everybody back in and around the penalty area for Sholing. In fact, everyone inside. It'll be whipped in left, but a decent effort and tipped brilliantly over the bar by Matt Brown. What a great save that is. West Auckland just need to launch it forward one more time.
Well done, Dave.
To play, and Sholing are the FA Vase winners for 2014. The bench runs onto the pitch. Lee Webber, the goalkeeping coach, goes to hug Matt Brown, man of the match. The fans down in front of us go crazy, and the Sholing players run across to celebrate in front of them. Sholing have won the FA Vase in 2014. Marvin McLean's goal on 70 minutes, the only goal of the game, and the silverware will be heading back to the South Coast.
Dave Diper, many congratulations. How does it feel to win at Wembley?
I'm speechless. I am honestly speechless. You saw the second half, we put all through the emotions. My team never know when they're beat. They just work their socks off. And I think, you know, on chances created, we had the edge on them. But they were a very good team. But I think what let them down was the final ball, really. But look at this, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Mason is being passed the trophy now. He'll lift it together with Dave Diper, and Sholing are the FA Vase champions in 2014. Dave Diper, in his final match as Sholing manager, lifts the silverware here at Wembley Stadium, and it'll be handed between all of the coaching staff and all of the players, and lifting a trophy at the Royal Box in Wembley will be a moment they won't be forgetting.
What memories that was with Dave Diper leading Sholing to the FA Vase final victory in 2014 against West Auckland Town. Well, here in the Vase, the Stoneham players are out, and now the Cockfosters players are following. And just to let you know as well, at half-time, Jeff Smith, who's widely regarded as the heart and soul of AFC Stoneham, he's had so many roles, player to manager, secretary to chairman. Well, he's been recognised with a ceremony at half-time to recognise some wonderful volunteers who make a real difference to their club. So the second half, we're almost ready to go. Your summarisers to see if Stoneham can get over the line. Dave Diper, Rob Sills, but first of all for the second half on Smart Speaker, all Solent frequencies, Cliff Pledge.
Well, thank you, Waldo. AFC Stoneham not used to not having things their own way. 0-0 at half-time, and it looks like very much they're going to bring in... They've made a change. James Phillips looks like it's Artie Curtin coming on. Arthur Curtin, number 20, replacing Oliver Jenkins. So a midfielder for a forward, and Jenkins' afternoon at Wembley is over. Curtin's 23, has played for Fareham, Horndean and Baffins amongst others, been to Wembley to cheer for Pompey, and he works in recruitment, and now he's going to get his chance. And before I think I'll just quickly recap the teams before we start again. We have started again. It's Lee in goal for Stoneham with Nagel, Bainbridge, Miller, Wells, and it's Welch the captain, Sampson, Martins, Thompson, and now Curtin has come on. And Cockfosters as Sampson and Teague, Moses, Lovell the captain, De Cruz, Yamfi, Miyabi, Ugboma, Lutaya, Sotonibo, and Stacey. And Dave Diaper, FA Vars winning manager, were you surprised that here come Stoneham with an early attack? Sampson is onside in the penalty area. He's going to shaping to shoot. He shoots wide of the target. It curls wide for a goal kick. And Dave, before we talk about the substitution, that was arguably Stoneham's best chance of the game, seconds after the restart.
Yeah, it was quite encouraging actually. He cut inside and had a shot just slightly wide, but yeah, good start by Stoneham.
And maybe they've been read the right act. They've out of the traps quickly. But would you have made a change? We've got young Artie Curtin has come on for Oliver Jenkins.
There might have been some sort of like injury problem or something. Who knows? It's very rarely you make changes at half time, especially in a non-league. So yeah, a little bit surprised for that one.
So AFC Stoneham defending at the moment. This is a good move forward into the area, cross towards Jamfi. They've got to be careful, and Thompson takes no chances and puts the ball out for a corner early in this half. Both teams really going for this at the start of the half. We probably had more excitement in this first minute after the restart than we had in long periods of that first half day.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, it's usually the case. The first half, everybody's sort of settling down, sort of like to get the nerves out of the way. But the second half, but obviously the managers at half time have a word to say as well. And definitely both teams would probably be managers would probably be quite happy with coming in at drawing, but yeah.
Look, Boma's great work helped Jamfi win the corner. Now the corner's going to come in from the right hand side. Early in the second half, swept in towards the near post. Keeper punches it away, scooped onto the crossbar. A let off for Stoneham. The referee's blown the whistle for a foul, but that might have come after the shot, which hit the crossbar for Cockfosters. Just 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes after the restart. It's all happening, Dave.
Yeah, tremendous, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's really good. It was, nearly scored there. So I think Stoneham just needs to just sort of get into the game again now, really, just settle down. A couple of mistakes have been made, but just need to sort of start controlling the game a little bit more.
Well, Kendall Jamfi's the player that hit the bar. It's about his fourth major incident in the game, but he hasn't managed to put the ball in the net yet. Now, I don't know if the keeper was fouled before or after then, so whether that goal would have stood had it gone in, we don't know. Here come Stoneham. Was Martins having his shirt pulled on the area? Long ball forward, good defending in the end by Junior Mbaye to get it back to his keeper, Connor Sampson, but Martins was in there looking dangerous.
He's always looking for the opportunity as well, so yeah, it's a better start to the second half, that's for sure.
Tremendous start to the second half compared to the first, where both teams were a little nervy and there wasn't too much action to tell you about. Still 0-0 here in the final of the FA Vars at Wembley Stadium, here live on BBC Radio Solent. Ball out of defence, played forward by De Cruz. Thompson heads it away for Stoneham, only to the edge of the area. Ugboma played into the middle. Wells gets it away just in the nick of time. It was looking dangerous. Annette's first touch for Curtin. Can't find Wells. It's gone out for a throw on this far side, on this near side, as we look at it away to the left for Cockfosters, which George Lutaya takes. Passed around the defence. JJ De Cruz looking comfortable in possession at the moment. De Cruz. Well, they're just passing it around the back. Number 5 is Jay Lovell, the captain. Plays it out to the right wing, where this could be an opportunity for Ugboma. He's looked good. Ball into the middle. Jamfi's in there again. It just goes past him. He did have Miller and Thompson marking him, and they seem to have put him off. But Jamfi again in the danger area. They can't just expect this man to miss, because eventually he's going to put one away.
Yeah, also, I mean, Cockfosters have been excellent down both flanks, so Stoneham will have to watch that.
Yeah, Dan Miller seldom gets beaten on the ground or in the air in the Wessex League, but today they're putting him to the test. Up the right wing comes Stoneham, and Welch does extremely well. This is Martins. He's racing towards goal. He's still some way away from it, and he's tackled well. He's down. I think he's saying he's hurt, so we may have to stop play here. Cockfosters are going to... Well, they were thinking about putting the ball out sportingly, but before they could, the ref blew the whistle. De Cruz won the ball against Martins, and Martins is hurt. Now, Martins would be a big loss. He had a chance in the first half. He's the top scorer in the Wessex League. In all competitions, the Portuguese player for Stoneham has 41 goals this season, and I think he would have been the favourite to score a goal today out of anyone out there. But at the moment, he's receiving attention, and the physio has come on.
Yeah, it seems to be failing in the top third of the pitch on both sides, actually. You know, they get some good approach play, but it's the final third where both teams are sort of letting themselves down a little bit.
Martins is back to his feet, and the physio walks with him to the edge of the pitch because he's probably not going to be allowed back on. He's talking to the linesman. He doesn't appear to be hurt, so perhaps thank goodness for that fact, and he needs a bit of treatment now on the edge of the technical area, on the edge of the pitch. Now, I thought it was quite an intriguing story that substitute for Stoneham today, Jim Orvis, works occasionally at Wembley in an office job, but there's an even more funny story or unusual story on Cockfosters' side. Their captain, Jay Lovell, should have been working at Wembley today, helping repair the escalator, but instead he's playing. Now, long ball forward towards Jamfi. The keeper's out again, and the keeper does well, Callum Lee. But as you might expect from their top scorer, all the threat seems to come through balls either through the centre or from the ring to Kendall Jamfi. Wells for Stoneham, up the right wing, still looking for the first goal at Wembley Stadium in this FA Vase final. The red shirts of Cockfosters get it away. Lutaya, De Cruz, Lovell, and now it's Teddy Stace playing the ball out to the right hand side. Good passing move from Cockfosters, broken up by a good interception, a good tackle from Lewis Nagel. The Fosters have a throw on the far side. I think they've possibly shaded this game so far. The team that finished fourth in the South Midlands League, the Spartan South Midlands, against the team that finished top of the Wessex Premier. Now the ball in the middle is a good one for Cockfosters. It's headed away by Wells, but it's a bit of head tennis going on. It's not clear completely, and the shot comes in and is volleyed over the top, and it was a really good chance from Junior and Bai from the edge of the area. Good technique, but he couldn't keep it down, and it's over, and it's a goal kick for Stoneham, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, decent effort that one, just on the edge of the box.
It fell for him kindly. He let swing with his right boot, and in the end it was always rising up and away from the goal. But that's another good opportunity for Junior and Bai to open the scoring in minute 54. And still it remains goalless, and still Stoneham, who aren't used to being sort of, I won't say outplayed, but aren't used to be having to fight maybe. Normally the quality of their players gets them through in the Wessex League and the other local cups. Today they have a true battle on their hands in the Vase final here at Wembley. 12 years after Solent last won it, we have had some near misses to get back here in this competition. United Services Portsmouth lost on penalties in the semi. Hamworthy United lost on penalties in the semi. Andover New Street lost in a two-legged semi last year. But Stoneham here almost breezing it, to be fair, winning comfortably 5 or 6 of their 7 games to get here, but at the moment not dominating by any stretch of the imagination. Here though might be that chance for the opening goal. Martins down the left hand side couldn't get a crossing, couldn't win a corner in the end. I think the defender played the ball off of him, and it is a goal kick to Cockfosters FC. I mean, looking at the subs bench in terms of forward players, if they need to bring them on, Owen Fee, Callum Laycock's scored 10 goals since he came in from 6 starts. He knows how to find the back of the net if they think they need to change things up front. Martins, edge of the area, received the ball from Bainbridge but couldn't play it onto himself for a better chance. They do win a throw over on the far side. Throw to Cockfosters. I think Laycock's made such an impact. I think he's got 10 goals from 11 games and only 6 of them starting. I think he could be a super sub today. He's dual registered from Bognor Regis. And, well, almost bizarrely, if you don't know the non-league system, he was suspended for Bognor, but because they play at a different level, he could play for Stoneham in this competition, and he's not suspended anymore, but he might get a chance here. Now, this is an opportunity for Annetts. It was a good sweeping ball. Annetts tried to bring it down on his chest. A big shout for handball around the crowd, but it didn't lead to anything. And Stoneham try to win the ball back in the middle, but they've given a free kick away. I think it was Welch with the foul on the number 21, Teddy Stacey, and with Laycock only joining in April, I think. Well, Stacey only joined Cockfosters in March, and here he is 2 months later playing at Wembley, so that's quite lucky for him as well, you might think. Cockfosters probably shading this game, and Junior Moses, their impressive left back, plays the ball across the width of Wembley to his number 5 Lovell, who gets it down the right wing, and Nagan has to be alert and aware to get it away. His attempted through ball is charged down, and the ball will fall for Jamfi, edge of the box. Will he score this time? A low shot is dragged wide of the target, well wide in the end, but from the edge of the box he had another go. Target was missed again, and Callum Lee's goal remains safe again, and it is still 0-0. It's a goal kick to Stoneham.
He'd be very disappointed with that because he had time, he had space, and to drag a shot wide like that is just unforgivable, really.
Yeah. Stoneham living dangerously at times, not having things all their own way. Dan Miller sweeps the ball up towards Martins. He's not going to get past Cruz, who wins the header for Cockfosters. Loose ball, Wells tussling. Is he having his shirt pulled? Ref doesn't think so. Tries to play it out to Annetts, but can't get it past Moses, the Cockfosters left back. Up into the centre circle come Cockfosters. Ollie Sutton-Yimbo plays it out to the right wing. This could be an opportunity for Ugboma. He's got players in the box if he can get there. Stoneham have to be careful. It's a good... No, it's not. It's an overhit cross in the end. He had a forward at the near post, a forward at the back post, but he's actually overhit it, and it's out of play for a throw to AFC Stoneham.
Yeah, that was poor, really. Good opportunity to get the ball in, but just to overhit it like that was a little bit disappointing, really.
Well, I know Ryan Cluett would love to come on. He was here cheering for Stoneham all those years ago. I think it might have been a mascot, and he when cheering for Solent rather. Here comes Stoneham. This is Sampson, edge of the area. Tyrrell Sampson's working his way into the penalty area, cuts it back, and it's over the top from Tom Annetts from almost the penalty spot, and it was a great move from Sampson, who's urging the Stoneham fans to make some more noise, but there was disappointment really that Annetts didn't keep that down, couldn't get that on target.
Yeah, he should have done slightly better than that, really, but it's starting to open up a little bit now. It'll be interesting as the game goes on, because obviously tired legs come into it as well. 5 substitutes of the 7 can be brought on. Stoneham have already made 1 change, and that was Artie Curtin replacing Oliver Jenkins. Still 0-0 at Wembley Stadium in the final of the FA Vase, but Cockfosters have probably shaded it on terms of chances, but nothing that either goalkeepers needed to make a save. I think everything's been off target apart from the one that hit the bar, but may not have counted anyway. James Phillips, the manager of AFC Stoneham, at the age of 22, that was 11 years ago. He was the youngest manager in the history of the FA Cup when he was manager of Romsey Town. 11 years later he's at Wembley, 33-year-old manager, but he's not the youngest manager at Wembley in the FA Vase. That honour still belongs to Alex Pike of Wimborne, who was 2 years younger. Now Curtin,
Kenny tussle for the ball. It's Cockfosters who get it away. Umbai, who had a good chance just now, playing it around the defence, and Junior Moses finds his captain Jay Lovell. He's got a bit of time to think here. There's not much pressure on him, and he plays the ball out to the left wing when Moses has headed it down, but he's headed it to Stoneham. Now this could be an opportunity to get away, and it's his thinking. He's got time. He's waiting for the overlap to come from Wells, and he mistimed the pass. I think he didn't need to wait for Wells. He had 4 players up there to his left, but he didn't. He wanted to wait for the support, and then they didn't get the pass right.
He timed his run perfectly as well, so he just had to be just led in, really.
I guess it's not a perfect performance for either team. There'll be people out there wondering if only already.
Yeah.
We've reached the hour mark. We are now in the 61st minute, and it is a throw on the far side to Cockfosters FC.
With their incredible penalty record as well, I'd be a little bit concerned if I was James, trying to get the job done within the 90.
Yeah, 4 of their 9 wins in this competition this season were on penalties, and they actually, in their player profiles, they've said their keeper Connor Sampson, and I quote, has a notoriety for his ability to save penalties. So they'll fancy their chances if it gets there. The manager Gavin Kelsey sent me a write-up of his team, the 50-year-old manager of Cockfosters. Important to get some of those pronunciations right as well for the big day. Now here is Junior Moses running forward, plays a nice ball to Teddy Stacey. Cockfosters looking good, back to Moses. They're on the edge of Stoneham's penalty area, ball into the air. Thompson with a brave header away. I don't know why that's a free kick, because it wasn't a high foot in my book, because Thompson brave header was actually probably about a feet high. He threw himself to clear the ball, but they've got a free kick out of it anyway. Still 0-0. Dave, you're not too convinced? I don't.
No, I mean he did put his head low down, bent down, basically, but.
Well, the ref gave the defender the benefit of the doubt. The defender did brilliantly anyway to get it away. Ball's loose in the middle. Who wants this one? Bainbridge for Stoneham gets there, nods it back to Welch, out to the right hand side. Here comes Stoneham. Annett can. I was hoping that Wells could overlap this time, but they've cleared it. Under a bit of pressure, Cockfosters now, and JJ De Cruz gets it out of play. Annett throws it back to Miller. Up towards Welch. The Purple's in possession at the moment. Annett's back to Miller again. They're just being patient. Sampson gets it, edge of the box. He has 3 defenders around him, but still they get away with it. Back to Sampson, who can't control it on the edge of the area, and Bainbridge can't believe it. He's found him with the ball, but he couldn't control it on the edge of the box. It was going at a bit of a speed, in fairness to him, and it's back with the goalkeeper of Cockfosters, Connor Sampson. Are they just missing something? I don't know. They're so cavalier normally, and they work it so confidently among the forward players. I guess Cockfosters aren't allowing them to do that today. Moses runs forward for Fosters. Good tackle comes in. Terrific tackle from Welch. Out to the wing to Sampson. Ball towards Martins now. They're in Cockfosters' half. He's got support. This is Nagel. Anyone up there for him to cross to? Nagel's out on the wing. Goes down. It's a foul and a free kick in a very dangerous position. And it's a yellow card as well. And a free kick to Stoneham. And it's the yellow card for Corey Agboma, who's arguably a very influential player today, and he's got a yellow card for the foul on Artica and Lewis Nagel.
This is a dangerous position for Cockfosters. This is
absolutely. So Stoneham here, at the moment they haven't managed to get an effort that needed a save, but this could be their moment. We're in the 65th minute at Wembley Stadium in the final of the FA Vase, and it's a free kick to AFC Stoneham. On the left wing, lots of players up in the penalty area, several of them in the 6-yard box. 2 players over it. And it sweeps it in, and it's gone out for a corner. Dan Miller went in there with the defender. It's hit perhaps the defender on the back before Miller could get a header in. And this is a good bit of pressure from Stoneham. Annetts was a good delivery, and it was De Cruz who just headed it behind under the pressure of Dan Miller. Stoneham corner from the left-hand side, looking for the opening goal at Wembley Stadium. Annetts delivery. Who's it going to find? Martin's header is off the crossbar. The ball is loose in the 6-yard box. Sampson plays it back out to Annetts. Tries to find Martins again. Miller tries to get the header. They've cleared it. The shot is deflected wide. There's a shot from Nagel. It's hit his own player in the 6-yard box. I think it's hit Bainbridge and gone wide. And glorious, a string of chances in that passage of play, Dave.
Yeah, certainly, without doubt. I mean, there's 2 or 3 chances there. It's really, a little bit more luck could have ended up being a goal for Stoneham.
Martin's headed onto the bar, and then Bainbridge, I think, inadvertently deflected a shot. I don't know if it was going in, but a shot came in from the edge of the box as well. So 2 chances in the 66th minute for Stoneham to take the lead in a matter of seconds. None taken, still 0-0. Callum Laycock is warming up to come on. He's been a revelation since he returned to the club from Bognor Regis. He could be a match winner. Cal Laycock will be on. I wonder who will come off. And Laycock, he wasn't even on the squad list that the stadium announcer was going to read out earlier. And I wonder if he might turn out to be the match winner. He's been very, very influential this season since returning to the club from the rocks of Bognor Regis. He's not going to get a chance to come on just yet. And when the Perps go marching in, rings out around Wembley Stadium again. And Connor Sampson, the goalkeeper of Cockfosters, kicks a really long ball from the edge of his area up towards the end of the other one. And 3 or 4 headers decide who's going to get that away. Stoneham win the first 2, Cockfosters win the next 2. It's still up for grabs out on the right wing, and Nagel's got to do well. Plays it up the wing to Sampson, who tries to flick it to a colleague, only flicks it to a red shirt, Teddy Stacey. This is an opportunity, but it's Wells was there to intercept when it didn't reach its target. And we're getting closer. We're in the 68th minute. Cal Laycock's still not come on yet. Ball up towards Jamfi, can't get there this time. He lets it go past him, and it's time to get the ball back to Callum Lee. And Laycock, is he coming up? It's still extremely in the balance. So with the score at 0-0, I'll hand over for the rest of the game to co-commentator Rob Sills.
Thanks, Cliff. Stoneham in possession on the far side there, left-hand side. And the ball is with Thompson on the halfway line. As we just heard, a couple of big chances for Stoneham, including Duarte Martins rattling the crossbar. The ball played all the way back to the goalkeeper, Callum Lee. And now the ball in the right centre-back position with Miller. Can Stoneham continue in the ascendancy for the time being with just over 20 minutes of normal time? Can somebody in purple make themselves a hero under the arch at the home of football? The ball is in the left-back position with Thompson. He's got some space to run into now. Annetts is making a run, as is Nagel in behind, but Thompson opts to play the ball to neither of them. Instead crosses right-footed. Martins is the target, headed towards the edge of the box. Annetts on the volley. It's taken a deflection and goes behind for a corner. A chance from the far side for Stoneham to get the ball back into the box. We are going to see the substitution be made now. Callum Laycock, the number 14. Cliff Pledge says he could be a match winner. We're about to find out if that is the case over the next 21 minutes or so. So the substitution being made now. Laycock ready to come on. So the corner's going to be taken from this near side. It's going to be an in-swinger, left-footed in-swinger. And it comes from Nagel, right underneath the crossbar. The goalkeeper makes the catch. The rather simple catch And now Cockfosters are going to have a chance to try and bring the ball forward and create something of their own. It's Matt Bainbridge, the number 4, to be replaced by Laycock. Very much an attacking change from James Phillips, taking off a midfielder, putting on a bit of firepower. And it looks like there's been a slight change of formation. The left back, Lewis Nagel, playing in a much more higher position. The ball through for Martins is cut out by the Cockfosters defence. They're now in their left back position, this near side, looking for an escape route towards the halfway line. Moses, who's had a good afternoon from left back for Cockfosters, dancing and twisting and turning between the purple shirts, manages to get away from a few and then falls over the ball. The referee's given a free kick there. That's a very bizarre decision from the referee. Moses fell over the ball on the base of the centre circle and he's been given a free kick for it, Dave.
That's unbelievable.
Just as Stoneham thought they were about to have a counter-attack. Referee's pulled it up, but anyway, Cockfosters in possession on the centre circle now. Here is Moses, the left back, midway through inside the Stoneham half on this near side touchline. The ball with the number 10, Mabai, trying to get between a couple of challenges. Then Lataya puts it in. It's repelled by Dan Miller. He's had another good game for Stoneham at centre half. Goes out for a throw in for the Fosters. They're on this near side, the Cockfosters left. Another crossing opportunity from Bai towards the back post. It's headed away by Nagel to Sampson, but it's still just outside the Stoneham box. The left-footed clearance up towards the halfway line is controlled by Laycock. He then tries to take it round the defender, but can't do much more than that. And now Cockfosters trying to come forward, but it's given offside against Giamfi. And Stoneham with the chance to get their foot on the ball and try and bring the ball forward again. 72 minutes gone. Still Cockfosters 0, AFC Stoneham 0. Both sides have hit the crossbar. The closest that either two teams have come to finding the net in this game, as Thompson plays a loose pass to his left that's not on the same wavelength as Lewis Nagel. Throw into Cockfosters on the halfway line on the far side. Dave, 19 minutes to go. What does Stoneham need to do? What level do they need to find to get a winner in this final?
Well, I think if they can go up a gear, it'll be beneficial, because Cockfosters at the moment is just going through a tricky period from them. So they look dangerous going forward, Cockfosters, but I think number 9, Gami, is a little bit isolated when they got the ball, so it's quite a good opportunity for Stoneham. And this is where Solent scored basically in the 70th minute, so it's important. Obviously the first goal is really important now.
If you were down there on the sidelines, what would you be saying to the players?
Well,
just come back down a second. The cross is delivered. It's flicked on by a striker in the middle, but it's away by Stoneham. They play it off a red shirt and it goes out for a goal kick. Good defending. Sorry, Dave, you were saying?
Yeah, it's just concentration levels, really, because whoever scores in this period now are the likely winners. So it's a tough one, but you just got to take your chances. But there haven't been that many chances during the game, to be honest with you, only 2 or 3. So both sides have sort of like cancelled each other out.
Remember, penalty kicks to come if this game is all square after 90 minutes. So will we have the drama of spot kicks to decide the winner of the FA Vase? Stoneham trying to come forward down their left-hand side, the far side. It's cut out by Ntigi, but his clearance isn't very good. Manages to head it into the middle of the park. Cockfosters managed to clear it up towards the halfway line, but Giamfi isolated a little bit again. Manages to roll it off to Ogboma and then gets it back to the number 9. Forced into a wider position. Looks to try and cross it right-footed. There was a free man at the back post. It was number 13, George Lataya. Throw in on the far side, level with the edge of the 18-yard box for the team in red. Cockfosters over on the far channel. Mabai is going to leave it to be taken by the captain, Jay Lovell. We've already seen his slingshot of a throw-in from the far side. Cockfosters readying a change of their own as well down below us. Here comes the throw-in from Lovell towards the edge of the box. It's not quite as far as previous ones. Cleared away by Stoneham, but it's not out of the woods yet as the ball comes back in from the back post. It's a poor touch on the edge of the byline, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Stoneham. And now we're going to see a change for Cockfosters. They're going to bring on the number 15, Luca Gordon, and he's going to replace Oli Sotonibo. As Sotonibo takes the acclaim from those in red on the far side, left of the halfway line, and if we look across from the back of this press area, and Luca Gordon comes on, looking for his chance to write his name in Cockfosters folklore. Goal kick then to Stoneham away to our left. Still plenty of time for somebody to step up to the plate and make themselves a hero as we tick into the 76th minute at Wembley. 0-0 the score between Stoneham and Cockfosters in the FA Vase final. Martins can't flick on the goal kick. It comes off the Cockfosters midfielder, and it's going to be a Stoneham throw-in midway inside the Fosters half, down below us on this near side. Throw-in taken down the line by Wells into the chest of Martins. He tries to spin his marker, but then Moses picks up the loose ball and clears left-footed up towards the halfway line. Giamfi's on the chase. Thompson and Miller do just about manage to sort it out between them. Stoneham in possession as Curtin heads it away. And then it's a poor touch from Lataya. And Stoneham going back towards their own 18-yard box. Miller puts his foot through it in the end up towards the halfway line. Headed down, and Martins goes to the ground again, but the referee's not interested. Then Moses survives the tackle, picks up the ball on the top of the box, and now it's his on the centre circle. Cockfosters in possession. They're trying to go down the left. There's a couple of ricochets in there, and then Tyrrell Sampson brings the ball away for Stoneham. Over the halfway line down the left, he's overrun it, and it goes out for a throw-in just shy of the halfway line. 0-0. Looks like Cockfosters running a second substitution, which we are going to see now. It's going to be Adam Hastings, the number 17. He's going to come onto the wing, and we're going to see the removal of Corey Oboma. I'm sure Lewis Nagel wouldn't mind seeing the back of Oboma. Dave Diper, he's had a good game, the Cockfosters right midfielder.
Yeah, he's been a little bit of a handful, good in possession, good out of possession. So, I think, I'll say the next 15 minutes is going to be vitally important to make sure there's no mistakes made.
The ball in the right back position for Cockfosters as it's hit a Stoneham player in the back and then headed out of play again. Over on the far side, throw in to be taken once again. Jay Lovell, the captain, with the ball in his hands. Everybody back for Stoneham except Callum Laycock, who's marshalling the back four and the two centre halves. Throw-in taken down the line, it's flicked on, and a free kick is awarded in Stoneham's favour. It'll be a free kick deep in their left back position, which Jake Thompson is going to take. He's going to just roll it back to his goalkeeper, Callum Lee, who is now in sunshine as the sun just gradually starts to make its way across the pitch from near to far side. Stoneham looks to play it down the right hand side, but it's overhit, and the ball in their left back position now, chipped up towards the halfway line by Cockfosters into the chest of Giamfi, helps it round the corner to Gordon. He's tackled by Welch, a strong tackle from the Stoneham midfielder, and then good play in midfield by Stoneham. There's not really anywhere for them to go though as they go back towards the halfway line. Here's Wells, experienced centre back, and they nearly give it away, but Miller puts his foot through it. The centre half crossfield pass looking for Sampson, who's not going to quite get on the end of it. Lovely little spin from Moses, the fullback. He's had a really good game.
He's been exceptional.
Tricky, skillful. He's got a good eye for a pass. He's been quite influential from fullback as Junior Moses, the Cockfosters number 3, as Stoneham trying to work it down their left hand side, now the far side. Here's Nagel, chips it down the line looking for Sampson, who just sort of puts his arms out and says, I'm not there, give me something to work with, as the goalkeeper comes a long way from home and clears it out of play. But it does come off a Stoneham player last, referee Elliot Bell says, and it's going to be a throw-in on the far side. Stoneham readying another change, and Owen Fee is going to come on, the number 12. Another change in the attacking department, and Duarte Martins coming off. The 41 goal striker hasn't really been in the game very much this afternoon. Obviously hit the bar with a header 10 or so minutes ago, but is that a surprising move with a potential penalty shootout on the horizon?
I was just thinking the very same thing, you know. Top goal scorer, you don't, well, in my opinion, he shouldn't be removed before penalties. But so, there you go.
Owen Fee comes on with 10 minutes to salvage something for Stoneham. 0-0 the score at Wembley. That's 2 of the 3 attacking, 3 changed by Stoneham with 10 minutes to go. Flip round the corner looking for Fee. Fresh legs up front for them. Wells wins the ball back for Stoneham down their right hand side in front of the technical area. Plays down the line to Fee, who tries to step inside onto his left foot but loses the ball. Cockfosters on the halfway line now. They're looking for a defence splitting through pass which goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. Callum Lee plays it quickly forward looking for Laycock, who's trying to chase it and goes down. Wants a free kick that's not going to come. Ball just sort of zipped off the turf a little bit. I don't think he was going to get there if he had stayed on his feet, but not the best bit of defending I've ever seen in the world.
No. The game is getting a little bit stretched now as well.
Starting to open up a little bit with 10 minutes of normal time to go. Lee comes out of his 18-yard box and clears right-footed up towards the halfway line. Sampson on the halfway line touches it back to Nagel, then he chips it down the left. Stoneham with a chance to attack now. There's 2 purple shirts in the box. What can they do? The cross comes in left-footed. It's pulled back towards Fee. It's a sliding tackle from Cockfosters before it reached the Stoneham number 12. And now Cockfosters are trying to attack down the right. They work it out to that far channel, and Moses is going to run at Nagel, who's backpedaling fast. Down the right-hand side they continue to move. It's cut inside, and then they try and play it in field, and Fee slides in and wins the ball back for Stoneham. Wants a foul, that's not going to come, and then the searching ball down the left-hand side looks to set Sampson away. He's held up though, ever so slightly, just waiting for a bit of support. Still got it, Cyril Sampson. Into the middle of the Cockfosters half with Owen Fee in his yellow boots. Tries it, play it through left-footed. That's a brilliant pass. Can they finish? It's saved by the goalkeeper, Lewis Nagel, with the best sight of goal that Stoneham have had so far in this game. He holds his head in his hands. What a chance that was for the left-footed fullback on his strong foot. Just had the keeper to beat. A lovely ball through from Owen Fee, but an even better save from Sampson, who keeps his side in the cup tie. Dave Diper, 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, a tremendous ball by Owen Fee that was. Goalkeeper done really well as well, so I say it's going to get a little bit nervy now. It's the last sort of 8 to 10 minutes of the game.
2 physios being called on by Cockfosters. There's a injury in there, whether it's cramp. I think it's the goalkeeper that might be hurt. Wrist injury or something from that save from Nagel. What a pass it was from Fee as well. Sampson did well to hold the ball up, just played it into the centre of the pitch to Fee, who picked out a beautiful pass, timed it beautifully into the run of Nagel, controlled it onto his left foot as well. Just had to beat the keeper with the goal gaping.
Yeah, the keeper's done exceptionally well, really.
Big save from Sampson. It's corner to come from the far side when play resumes. There is a player receiving some treatment, lying on his back, his leg outstretched in the air, just stretching out those hamstrings. You said it was a tiring pitch, Dave, to me earlier on. What is tiring about it in particular?
It's unforgiving. It's just a surface, you know, and also it's a larger pitch as well. So, you know, it's you know, they both teams look a little bit leg weary, but I think Stoneham have got slightly the upper hand now.
Of course, Stoneham used to playing on 3G pitches at Stoneham Lane. A stone's throw from Eastleigh's Silver Lake Stadium.
That's all about the delivery now.
Corner to come from the far side then as we tick into the 84th minute at Wembley. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger from the far side. Everybody forward for Stoneham. In it comes. It's right under the crossbar and straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Well held by Connor Sampson. And now he just waits for a few options to make their way forward and then plays a long diagonal pass which Nagel's underneath to just guide back to his goalkeeper. Good header from him to keep that under control. Another double change being readied by Cockfosters in the near future. Thompson in possession for Stoneham though, chips one over the top. He'd be lucky to stay onside, just went slightly early, did Tom Annetts on that far side. And now Cockfosters are going to make a double change with 5 minutes of normal time to go in this FA Vase final. 0-0 the score at Wembley Stadium. Lewis Nagel missing Stoneham's best chance of the game. It was a shot on target for one.
Yeah. I just think maybe the two subs coming on, maybe in the eyes of the manager, they might be good penalty takers.
It's actually 3 subs coming on
3
for Cockfosters. Max Jessup is one of them. Joseph Shanuda's coming on, as is Matt Shaw. So a triple change. 3 pairs of fresh legs introduced in the final knockings of this cup tie. And remember, there has to be a winner today. If this game finishes all square, we will go to penalty kicks. We will have the nerve-jangling spot kicks to decide who wins the 2026 FA Vase. 624 teams entered this competition right at the start of the season back in August. Just 2 remain, and it could all be decided by penalties. Still 5 minutes of normal time though, plus whatever Kirsty Dow, the 4th official, decides to add on at the end of this play. Still awaiting the game to restart from this triple Cockfosters change. And it's going to be a free kick which gets the game back underway in the Cockfosters right back position, which the goalkeeper's going to take after Tom Annetts was caught offside. It's right footed, it's long, it's down the far channel, and it's one in the air by Thompson. Cockfosters pick up the second ball though, and they might work it into a shooting position. Is there going to be a left footed delivery from Hastings? They work it one more to Latire. The cross then does come in from Hastings. It's a floater, it's headed up into the sky, and it's not challenging Callum Lee, who just watches it into his gloves. Could have easily lost that one in the sunshine as well. Callum Lee did well, as the ball forward is headed forward by Cockfosters, but it's picked up by Laycock for Stoneham. Out to this near touchline to Fee, who fizzes it left footed into the heart of the Cockfosters back line. It is repelled. Thompson nods it forward to Annetts, who just touches it all the way back to Jake Thompson, who turns away from the pressing centre forward and just plays it across the defensive line to Miller. Over halfway now to Wells, down this near side. Forward it goes to Laycock, trying to spin away from his man, but can't. Miller then repels the ball forward from Cockfosters. Fee does well to hold up the play, and the referee's given another free kick. Fee argues with the linesman, remonstrates that he didn't do a lot wrong there, but the free kick's been awarded. 87.5 minutes gone, as the sun just temporarily goes behind the cloud. 2.5 minutes of this FA Vase final remaining. 0-0 the score. Free kick to be taken by Lee from deep inside the Cockfosters half. It's long towards the edge of the Stoneham box, but it's won by Dan Miller. Fee then hooks it infield, but they give it away to Hastings, who chips it towards the edge of the Stoneham box again. It's controlled on the chest of the attacker. Now Latire on the left wing, this near channel, works it onto his right foot, trying to get into a crossing position. Stoneham trying to clear it but can't, and it's going to come now for Mabai to the edge of the box, and it's cleared away by Welch up to Laycock. What can Stoneham do here? They work it to Nagel, and now they've got a chance to get some purple shirts forward. They work it down the left to Sampson, who's on his heels, and now there might be a chance for Moses down the Cockfosters right. He's running at Thompson towards the edge of the 18-yard box into a crossing position. He pulls it back, it's behind the attacker and cleared away, but not very far. Cockfosters still in possession, and the offside flag goes up on the far side. Moses saying I wasn't offside, as he was readying a second bite at the cherry in a crossing position. Stoneham free kick in the left back position. 60 seconds remaining in the FA Vase final. 0-0 the score between Stoneham and Cockfosters. Stoneham just need to hold on, Dave Diper, for a couple more minutes.
That's it. That's all they need to do.
Head tennis on the halfway line. Laycock brings the ball down to his feet, turns beautifully inside 2 defenders, then tries to lay it off to Owen Fee, who slides in, and Stoneham trying to keep the ball, but it got a bit scrappy. They concede a free kick on the base of the centre circle. Do you think Stoneham are playing for penalties now a bit, Dave?
I think both sides are, to be honest with you.
Just trying to get out and make sure no one loses.
Exactly.
Still time as we head towards the 90-minute mark. We'll find out how long's added on in a second or two, but the free kick yet to be taken on the base of the centre circle. It is then eventually sprayed diagonally by Lovell and headed out to play by Lewis Nagel.
I think they need to double up on Moses. He's looking extremely dangerous.
He's looked brilliant all game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Junior Moses from left back, and we're going to have 6 added minutes. That is quite significantly longer than I thought was going to be added, Dave.
Yeah, certainly. 6 minutes, I don't know where that comes from.
6 minutes, plenty of time though. That is more than enough time for somebody to find the back of the net, as a long throw-in is launched in and headed away. Cleared by Sampson up towards the halfway line where Fee's underneath it. Good touch from him, but it's a strong tackle from Cockfosters, and now they might try and play it down the left-hand side. It's out towards Lataya. The cross comes in, it's a shot, and it's straight into the gloves of Callum Lee. Did well to hold on to that. It was fierce, it was vicious, swirling in the air. But a good save from the Stoneham goalkeeper. There's a two-handed push in the back there from a Cockfosters defender. Goes unnoticed by the referee. Hastings in the Cockfosters left-back position now. We've played a minute of the 6 added on as Laycock chases it down. Big chance for Stoneham in stoppage time. Can he find a finish? He falls over the ball in the edge of the 18 box, and Cockfosters survive. He couldn't quite bring it down. And then Cockfosters clear it. Thompson heads it across to Miller, who's going to send it forward again. Looks for Fee this time, down the Stoneham right-hand side, this near channel. Lataya gives it back to the defender, who clears it successfully this time up towards the halfway line. Curtin does well to get involved and put it out of play for a throw-in to Cockfosters on this near side, midway inside the Stoneham half. It's going to be Hastings to take it. 3 red shirts down the line. Towards the edge of the 18-yard box it goes, and it's headed away again by Miller. He's won just about every header that's gone his way this afternoon.
Yeah, he's done exceptionally well down this today. Mind you, it's food and drink to him, balls in the air.
Throwing then to Cockfosters to come from this near side. Number 12, Matt Shaw, has the ball in his hands this time. It's going to be another long one. Everybody inside the 18-yard box, bar 4 outfield players, 2 from each side. Is this the moment for Cockfosters, and can Stoneham hold firm? In the ball comes, it's headed away, cleared away at the back post by Nagel, all the way up to the halfway line. You've got Fee trying to chase it, not the best of clearances, and now Sampson with some space to try and run into. He's trying to stay on his feet, and he does just about. The Stoneham number 9 working it down the right. It's got Junior Moses for company.
Moses again,
trying to stay on his feet. Sampson goes to ground eventually, and then tries to haul Moses to the ground, not given. Fee then backpedaling, and it's a good tackle from Alex Welch. Sampson needs to get back to his feet and get back into position. He is absolutely run off his feet, the Stoneham number 9. Throw in to come. We've played 3 minutes of the 6 added on. Stoneham 3 minutes from penalties, unless they can find some way to win the FA Vase for the first time in their history. Here's Laycock on the halfway line. Fee. Curtin tries to chip it forward. One in the air by the Cockfosters defence though. Ball bouncing around on the top of the centre circle. One back by Welch, who's going to bring it forward for Stoneham. Into Sampson on the right wing now. His ball forward is blocked, and then Lataya does well. He's taken down by Wells, and he's trying to hold on to his feet to try and stop the counter-attack. It's the easiest yellow card the referee's given this afternoon. And a free kick is awarded to Cockfosters. Midway inside the Stoneham half, near side channel, and the chance for the ball to get put back into the Stoneham 18-yard box. Ash Wells just reluctant to let go of George Lataya there. So free kick to come from Luca Gordon. It's going to be right-footed, it's going to be floated. There's 3 red shirts at the back post, soon to be 4. Stoneham making a change deep into stoppage time. Ash Wells is going to come off, and he's going to be replaced by Ryan Cluett. He would have been disappointed not to start this game, He's been very, very good for Stoneham all season long. And now he's coming on for the final few knockings of stoppage time. First, he's got a free kick to deal with, though, as it's floated towards the edge of the Stoneham box. It's headed forward. Miller's going to get there. Is he first? Yes, and he leaves it for his goalkeeper. Lee then with a fairly poor clearance, just kicks it straight up into the sky. Lets it bounce, and then the midfielder goes down, wants a free kick that's not going to come. Welch trying to harry the defender for it, and that's been given as a foul on the base of the centre circle. Free kick to be taken. We've got 60 seconds of added time to go. The free kick is going to be taken from more or less the centre circle. It's going to be taken by the goalkeeper. Everybody forward for Cockfosters. Stoneham just have to see this out. 0-0 in the FA Vase final. They're going to ready another change if they have time to make it. Ball sent forward by the goalkeeper, headed up into the sky by Welch. He's going to battle for it again. It's going to fall for Lataya. He falls over the ball, and now can Stoneham break here? Sampson down the right. The pass is not quite as strong, but then Sampson with a crossfield pass looking for Fee. Left hand side of the Cockfosters half. He's got one red shirt for company. Owen Fee, what can he do from here? Sure, twisting, turning, corner of the box now. Tees up Nagel to cross it in, left footed. It's headed forward, it's up into the sky, not cleared very well by Cockfosters. Headed up into the sky again, and they do eventually get it forward, but it's not very far. Here's Artie Curtin. We've ticked over 6 added minutes. This is the last roll of the dice, and they might be in behind Stoneham. Into a crossing position, the offside flag has gone up. The referee, the linesman on this near side didn't flag anything, although he's now put his flag up since the whistle was blown. And a free kick. So I didn't think the linesman flagged there, Dave.
No, I didn't see him flag at all.
So the change is going to be made. And it's going to be the captain, Alex Welch, who's withdrawn. So the top scorer and the captain withdrawn as this game heads towards penalties. But it's number 16, Jim Orvis, who comes on. Surely he's going to be involved in the shootout.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
To some extent, there's no reason why you'd bring someone on this late if they weren't.
Yeah, dead right.
Big moment for him, though. His first kick of a ball is going to be in the shootout.
Mint.
Goal kick is taken long, and the full-time whistle goes. We are heading for penalties in the FA Vase final. Goalless it finishes here at Wembley. And we go to spot kicks. And as we were saying, Cockfosters have won 4 penalty shootouts on their way through to the final. They've played 9 matches. Stoneham have only played 7. They did come into this competition a round later. And penalty kicks it is. Dave Diper, what would you be saying to the players now if you were the manager on the touchline?
Well, you would have made your list already pre-game anyway to, obviously if the same players are still on the pitch. But yeah, it's just that don't change your mind, approach a penalty and whatever way you sort of like practice, just make sure you repeat it, don't do anything special. But I think it is, it's going to be nerves for both sides now. It's down to the goalkeepers as well. Their goalkeeper's got an excellent record in saving penalties this season, so, but it's anybody's now.
Both sets of players have moved over to their respective sides. Handshakes, hugs, well wishes being awarded. I'll hand you back to Ian Wilding very, very briefly as the 2 sets of players are ready for penalties. Full time here in the final of the FA Vase. It's Stoneham 0, Cockfosters 0.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. So, drama. We thought we might have drama. Well, we got drama. Who's going to put their name on that trophy for the 2026 FA Vase final? It was Whitstable Town who won it last year, beating AFC Whiteleaf after extra time. But it's going to penalties as the Stoneham players walking over to their supporters opposite, hoping for some last minute support and encouragement. We've been making all sorts of noise since minute 1. It is extremely nervy now, and we'll find out soon who's going to take this first penalty. Both sets of players there forming their huddles as well. It's Stoneham against Cockfosters, finished 0-0. And we'll hand back in a minute to your commentary team. Just to let you know, in the Premier League, it's just finished Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. So Forest in 16th have already stayed up anyway, but Manchester United have secured third place. And Bremo, Cunha and Luke Shaw on the score sheet for United. Gibbs White did get a goal back for Nottingham Forest, but 3-2 is how it finished at Old Trafford. And Bournemouth today could secure a place in Europe, but they need Brentford to lose to Palace and Everton to not beat Sunderland. Those games kick off at 3. Brighton, they could move up to 6th though if they win at Leeds, and Fulham are at Wolves. And at 5:30 West Ham will move out of the bottom 3 at the expense of Spurs if they win at Newcastle. At Wembley today though, 4:30 this afternoon, it's the FA Trophy final where some Solent fans have made their way in already. That's Southend against Wealdstone at 4:30. And there's commentary right now on the BBC Sport app and smart speaker of Nottinghamshire against Hampshire. Nottinghamshire lead by 15 runs in their first innings, 229. In fact, they're 229 all out now. And there's commentary on the BBC Sport app and smart speaker. But we are nearly ready to go. The nerves will be jangling for sure. Who's going to make themselves a hero? Will it be a goalkeeper? Will it be an outfield player? They have given it absolutely everything here at Wembley. It finished 0-0 between Stoneham and Cockfosters. But somebody is going to put their name on the trophy for the first time. It's been a wonderful season now for AFC Stoneham, but can they cap it off now? And we'll hand back now to your commentary team to see who can get through on spot kicks. Cliff Pledge and Rob Sills and your summariser Dave Diper.
Thank you, Wildo. Very nervous time here as both sets of players still in the huddle, still not ready for the spot kicks. What we'll do is whatever order they go, we've agreed that Rob is going to talk through the AFC Stoneham penalties. I'm going to talk through the Cockfosters penalties. And Dave Diper, who's won this trophy as a manager, as summariser, will give his opinion on those spot kicks in between Rob and I, handing over the mic, so to speak. The penalties are going to be taken in the end away to the right, which is the end where the Stoneham supporters are. That's what the referee is indicating. And both sets of players trying to get their supporters to make the noise, but it looks like it's going to be the end where the Stoneham fans are. Is that an advantage, Dave?
Yeah, I think so. It's always nervous when you take a penalty, but if you can get the fans on your side as well, it gives you that little bit more confidence as you approach the ball.
Stoneham also won a penalty shootout in their route to the final at Haywards Heath when they were thought to be underdogs. They got through that one. They've won 2 out of 2 in all comps this year, and Cockfosters have won 5 out of 5, including 4 in this competition. It looks like Stoneham are going to take the first one, which means it's time for Rob Sills to pick up the mic again and take us through this high drama at the home of football.
Thanks, Cliff. Yes, the 2 sets of players lined up on the halfway line. Callum Laycock, the Stoneham number 14, has the ball in his hands. He's just walked forward, stared at the goal. He knows exactly where that ball's going to be placed. He was just in conversation with Cam Lee, the Stoneham goalkeeper. He will no doubt have a big part to play in this shootout. With Cockfosters' record of penalties, do you make them favourites, Dave, or...?
Yeah, from a penalty point of view, yeah, definitely, without doubt. 5 successful penalties, that's tremendous.
It's a good record, and one that Stoneham will need to match. They have won on penalties themselves in this competition already, though, so not to be undone by any means. But the players and the officials now walking forwards as we await the first penalty kick of this shootout in the 2026 FA Vase final. Callum Laycock puts the ball on the spot. He's staring straight down the middle at the goal as the goalkeeper Connor Sampson just walks a very long way past the edge of the 18-yard box to drop his bottle and his towel. He now slowly makes his way to his mark, and the referee blows his whistle for the first penalty of the shootout. Callum Laycock's going to step up, right-footed, scores. Advantage Stoneham. Confident penalty, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. The Stoneham fans finally have something to cheer opposite us, and Stoneham take the lead. Cliff.
Yeah, good penalty from Cal Laycock, and now it's the turn of Cockfosters to take the next spot kick. And it's Callum Lee in goal, who's hoping to be the hero, as the Cockfosters player puts the ball down on the spot. The number 13, George Lataya, who scored an overhead kick in the semi-final. Will he be a hero in the final? Lataya for Cockfosters against Lee, the goalkeeper for Stoneham. Lataya runs up and scores into the bottom left-hand corner. Keeper went the wrong way. Cool penalty, one apiece.
One apiece, another confident penalty from George Lataya, long-serving Cockfosters midfielder. I think I overheard in the press box he was making his final appearance this afternoon. That would be some way to go out. So one apiece in the shootout, and next up is Jake Thompson, vastly experienced defender, to go second for AFC Stoneham. Cam Lee makes his way out of the 18-yard box. The goalkeeper Connor Sampson wanders forward, but it's going to be Jake Thompson again. Steps up right-footed this time. Here he goes, scores! 2-1 to Stoneham. He turns away and punches the air with his fist. Urges the Stoneham fans to get up and get loud again. They take the advantage once more, 2-1.
3 terrific penalties, and now Cockfosters go again, trying to level things up. They are 2-1 down after the first 3 spot kicks were all scored. And it's Hastings who puts the ball down. Adam Hastings. Had spells at Burnley and Huddersfield before they let him go. Hastings steps up. It's a save! It's a save from Callum Lee of Stoneham, who dived to his left and stopped the ball going in. Advantage to Stoneham. Terrific save. They still lead 2-1.
Dave, looked like that penalty was slightly scuffed there from the attacker.
Yeah, he definitely scuffed that one. It's a good advantage now, though.
Not a clean connection by any sense of the word. Tom Annetts comes forward, the Stoneham number 7, to give the Perps a little bit of daylight in the FA Vase final. 2-1 they lead after 2 penalties each. And if he scores now, they will have one eye on the FA Vase. Still a long way to go though. The referee blows his whistle. Annetts steps up and scores down the middle. Confident penalty from Tom Annetts, just lifts it over the keeper who dived to his left. And they take a 3-1 advantage, with Cockfosters to come next.
Callum Lee, sorry Dave, tell us about that penalty.
Yeah, it's just a tremendous penalty.
Now, Callum Lee, can he make another save? This is another opportunity. Ball's down on the spot for Cockfosters. Short run up into the bottom right-hand corner, and the number 8 Max Jessup celebrates a pretty cool penalty. 5 out of the 6 so far, Dave, have been perfects. 3-2 Stoneham Lee.
Yeah, now biting, going into these later penalties now.
Tyrrell Sampson, the number 9, Stoneham's 3rd top scorer this season in all competitions, steps forward. This is a big moment. 3-2 they lead after 3 penalties apiece. Can they make it 4 out of 4? The number 9, who's been run off his feet, has one swing of a boot. Here he comes now, scores, 4-2. He wheels away in celebration. Stoneham nearly there, they sense. Another confident penalty, the goalkeeper nowhere near it. And Stoneham are nearly there.
Well, I think we're at match point, because if they were to miss again, it would be done at 4-2. How's your nerves? Callum Lee released from 3 professional clubs on the south coast for being too short. Could be the penalty saving hero. He's saved one, and there's another opportunity here. Can Cockfosters extend it? It's over the top. He's missed. Moses has missed, and Stoneham have won the FA Vase. They race to their supporters. Victory at Wembley for the Purples of AFC Stoneham. 4-2 on penalties against Cockfosters. After the game finished goalless, Dave Jiper, scenes of joy at Wembley.
Well done, Stoneham. Excellent. It took some nerves to do that. Absolutely brilliant. Great scenes for the crowd as well. Unbelievable, brilliant.
Got a feel for Moses, who was a star in the match, but his penalty was over the top. He needs to be consoled, but Stoneham are bringing the FA Vase back to Hampshire, back to the south coast. Incredible stuff. Robert, the second half was exciting. The first was a bit boring, but the shootout was perfect for them. They've scored every single one and they've kept 2 out.
Yeah, confident stuff from Stoneham. When it mattered the most, they win on their greatest day in the club's existence. They celebrate with the fans on the far side of the pitch. As we look down, the substitutes, the coaching staff, they spilled onto the pitch when that penalty was skied high over the crossbar. And there's jubilation from AFC Stoneham on the far side. They are the worthy winners, you would say. Both teams missed a couple of good chances during the 90 minutes. It was quite an even game, a cagey game from start to finish. But Stoneham step up to the plate when it matters most. 4 out of 4 penalties, you can't argue with that. And they're going to be bringing the FA Vase back to Hampshire, as you say. They've won the trophy. And the players still over on that far side celebrating with their supporters. Cockfosters away to our left are going over and applauding their travelling contingent as well. And a game that had no goals still finishes with the highest of dramas on penalty kicks. Camley saved one, didn't need to save the other. Blasted over the top by a player as well that played so well for the 90 minutes. Cockfosters' best player on the day, Junior Moses. But Stoneham won't mind how they win at all. They are the 2026 Isuzu FA Vase winners, and they've done so on spot kicks. Dave Diper, they had to dig in deep, didn't they, Stoneham, but came to life when it mattered.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, you know, it's brilliant for Stoneham and brilliant for Hampshire. It's tremendous, really. So, you know, it's been great. You know, it was nip and tuck most of the game. Average game, really, to be fair, but you know, they did the main bit. You know, their concentration levels were really good, and each one was a great penalty.
We'll have the trophy presentation soon. The players all bouncing around on the pitch as the stage gets set up with FA Vase winners and the Stoneham badge either side of it. Celebratory scenes at Wembley, at the home of football. AFC Stoneham win the FA Vase, their biggest accolade in 107 years of existence. Hand you back now to Ian Wilding very, very quickly. Full time here, 0-0 in the game. Stoneham win 4-2 on penalties. Wilder.
Thank you, Rob. Well, what a great afternoon it is. AFC Stoneham, a new name on the trophy, and in the most dramatic of circumstances in that penalty shootout as well. Let's hear from you if you want to wish AFC Stoneham congratulations. John Smith says superb, congratulations and very well done, what a season. Steve Ball on X says congratulations. Alfie, amazing, massive news. And Ash Clark says unbelievable, absolutely brilliant, congratulations to you all, enjoy your day. Well, we'll be having a trophy presentation in just a second. The scarves are waving, so too are the flags opposite, a sea of purple. And there's a real contrast of emotions as you look over on the south stand opposite. The red side absolutely heartbroken. It's been a wonderful, wonderful effort from them. I think it's time to look back straight away at that winning moment for Stoneham.
Too short, could be the penalty saving hero. He saved one, and there's another opportunity here. Can Cockfosters extend it? It's over the top, he's missed, Moses has missed, and Stoneham have won the FA Vase. They race to their supporters. Victory at Wembley for the Purples of AFC Stoneham. 4-2 on penalties against Cockfosters.
It's all about the Purps who've won the FA Vase. Dave Diper, Rob Sills up here. Cliff Pledge going to go down and get reaction, and we'll stay on past 3 o'clock this afternoon before Make a Difference of Gary Rosin while we get all the reaction in to this into this show here on Solent Sport. Dave Diper, this must be the memories must be flooding back now to 2014 with your success at Sholing.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, the media, talking straight after the final whistle, to be honest with you, and the next 15 minutes, just like, well, you remember it for the rest of your life, to be honest with you. In the manner they did it as well. I mean, it was difficult. It's always a nervous occasion, but to be successful with all their penalties was quite exempt. Unbelievable.
If you want to win it, the way to do it, Rob, isn't it? Wembley Stadium, penalty shootouts, that's how to do it.
Absolutely, never short of drama. I'm sure one of the Stoneham players would have liked to have stepped up and smashed one in to win it, let alone a penalty miss from the opposition. But either way, it just doesn't matter how you do it at this stage of a competition. When you're there for the first time ever, you're playing in a stadium that seats 90,000 supporters on a pitch in the way it is. It's just a fantastic arena to play in. An absolute honour to be here, to come to the National Stadium for a game like this. And it's just one of those games, it doesn't matter how you win. And Stoneham find a way on penalties after what was a pretty cagey game, to be honest with you. There was chances, clear chances were few and far between. But Stoneham dig in. 50-50s lottery on penalties, you always think. But Stoneham come out on top. And the two sets of players have come over to this near side now. We're just about ready to start the trophy ceremony. We should applaud the Cockfosters players up first to go and receive their runners-up medals, followed by the Stoneham players as Lewis Nagel is awarded the player of the match. The whole squad have just turned around and started applauding him while he took on the obligatory photos, and then all of his teammates jump in and start celebrating with him. A fantastic performance from the young left back. Is he a worthy choice, Dave, as player of the match?
Yeah, without doubt. Yeah, he did shine. I didn't give many balls away. He got stuck in, won the second ball. He was a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you.
Who else impressed you out there in purple? A gutsy performance from a lot of them, but
I think Dan Miller, he didn't, he headed every ball. He did, did what the defender does best. He dealt with everything that was thrown at him, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, really, really good performance by, it's not these finals don't end up being really good to watch, but it's close affairs, isn't it? There's a load of nerves, etc. And but I think the best team won on the day. I think they just edged it.
A really nice moment there as Lewis Nagel just broke away from the players there, ran the length of the pitch to show his player of the match trophy to his family, who was located high up in the Stoneham contingent. Could see them all jumping around and waving as he was wildly on the pitch showing it off to them. And Cockfosters now making their way up the famous Wembley stairs, not the walk they'd have been hoping to make when they arrived here this morning, collecting their runners-up medals. And the entirety of the AFC Stoneham playing and coaching staff stood on the pitch applauding their opponents. A lovely moment of sportsmanship as Cockfosters make the long journey up to the famous balcony here at Wembley overlooking the pitch. And they will be receiving the runners-up trophy led by Atajamfi, who had a few chances himself to win the game for Cockfosters. Spurned a couple of good chances. The president of the FA handing out the runners-up medals as we look at it now. And Dave, what's the feeling like just as we wait for Stoneham to walk up those stairs? What was it like for you when you did it back in 2014, walking up? You know that all eyes in the stadium are on you.
Yeah, I mean, I shook so many hands on the way up. It was unbelievable. It's just like, it's quite a few steps as well, and then you get to the top basically, and you're held there until they're ready to have you present the club. And it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like I say, it stays with you for the rest of your life, so it's pretty special.
Were you out of breath by the time you got up there? Did you count the stairs on the way up? Or?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I did actually. I think no, it was great. I mean, it's a great feeling. Professionals don't even have it done, so non-league, it's brilliant for non-league.
Absolutely, it's the perfect treatment for these players, and like you say, Dave, ones that they will never forget for the rest of their lives. Coming to play at Wembley is one thing, winning here is another, and the purple contingent of AFC Stoneham are about to wander up those stairs to receive their trophies. Cockfosters players just completing their little loop of the stairs and balcony. They're heading back down towards the edge of the pitch now with the runners-up medals in hand. A little guard of honour has been formed on the staircases as well to applaud the red shirts of Cockfosters back down onto the field of play. Fair bit of disappointment, but they gave it their all. It's been a fantastic cup run from them, coming in the second qualifying round, working all the way through to the final, beating the current holders of Whitstable Town as well on penalties. Won 4 penalty shootouts. As Cliff said on commentary, made a point in the commentary notes of the club programme about how good they were at penalty shootouts. Always makes it slightly awkward, Dave, when you brag about how good you are and then you don't win, but AFC Stoneham are about to have a moment they will remember forever.
That's a long walk from the halfway line as well to the penalty spot, by the way.
The last couple of Cockfosters players are now making their way back down the staircase as the trophy is placed on its plinth on the balcony, and Stoneham are ready to make the trek up to collect it. All of the players being pushed to the front, all of those that played, they're just applauding the Cockfosters players now. What a moment for AFC Stoneham. They're going to be led up the stairs by Jake Thompson by the looks of it. He looks like he can't wait to get up those stairs, Dave. He's just having to be held back by a couple of players. And now they begin the walk. The winning team of the FA Vase 2026, AFC Stoneham, are making their way up the stairs here at Wembley Stadium, followed by a cameraman in a long line of purple shirts and the coaching staff in their white tops following closely in tow. Stoneham have won a couple of trophies already this season, including the Hampshire Senior Cup, but none so quite as important as this one. They're making their way up towards the balcony. There's high fives, there's handshakes everywhere you go. How were your palms by the time you got to the top, Dave? Were they red raw from all the high fives and handshakes?
They were sweaty and red raw. Yeah.
What a moment this is for Stoneham as they make their way up. I bet it takes you back.
Yeah, it does.
Remembering what it was like for you.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like I say, it's just something you've experienced. Professionals don't experience it. And it's great for your teammates. The camaraderie is really good, and it sets the tone for next season as well, to be honest with you. So
absolutely. After what's been such a fantastic season, they won the Wessex Prem, they won the Hampshire Senior Cup, they won the other trophy as well they had to compete for as well. It's been quite a season for Stoneham. They're going to make their way up to the Southern League Division 1 South next season, and they will do so full of buoyant confidence after a result like this to cap off what's been a phenomenal season. Congratulations AFC Stoneham is printed in text going all the way around the advertising boards inside this famous stadium.
It's great for James now as well, because he'd be able to finally relax,
soak it all in.
Yeah.
The trophy board is up on the pitch and ready to await the arrival of the players when they come back down from the balcony. And the players now emerge onto the famous Wembley balcony. All the handshakes with the dignitaries. They will receive the trophy from the president of the FA. They make their way up onto the steps and begin that long walk of probably about 100 metres or so, just shaking people's hands to get into the middle. And for these non-league players, these are memories that they will never ever forget. They will have them for the rest of their lives, and it's a day for Stoneham that will live long in the memory. 107 years of existence. Never have they experienced a day quite like this. And they are about to lift a gorgeous looking piece of silverware as we see it now on the camera, shining in the sunlight. And they are about to lift that high above their heads for the very first time. A reminder of how they did it. It was 0-0 after 90 minutes. A cagey game, chances few and far between for the large part. Went to penalties. Stoneham taking 4 perfect penalties. Callum Lee saved one of them, which meant it was 4-2. And Cockfosters, Junior Moses, who has such a good game from left back, skied his penalty high over the crossbar to spark wild scenes of celebration amongst the AFC Stoneham contingent opposite us at Wembley Stadium. And the players all up on the balcony now in their long line, a few arms around each other, a couple of people jumping around, medals round their necks, camera phones out in the away end on full zoom, with AFC Stoneham set and ready to lift the trophy. James Phillips just making his way along the line as well, shaking hands with the dignitaries, receives his medal from the President of the FA, Alex Welch, also the last one up, the club captain. They're going to be the ones that lift this trophy. James Phillips and Alex Welch look like they're going to lift this one together. And this is going to be a moment of photograph, video footage that goes all around Hampshire this evening. Alex Welch is handed the trophy, the jazz hands come out, and the Stoneham captain lifts the trophy high above his head. AFC Stoneham are the 2026 FA Vase champions. They did it the hard way on penalties. The dramatic, tense finale that I'm sure they would have dreamt up when they went to bed last night. But they come out on top and rewrite the history books of this famous non-league side. And they take steps into the unknown, uncharted territory for Stoneham. And they write their name on the FA Vase for the very first time in the club's history. And Dave Diper, it's just a fantastic achievement, isn't it, for this club?
Yeah, outstanding. I'm just looking at the footage now, and it's unbelievable. It's great. It's a great feeling throughout the club. They've really worked hard this season. AFC Stoneham totally deserve it. Today they deserved it as well. It's good for the young kids as well that support the club. The management, like I say, this is a release time now, because there's a hell of a lot of work goes in, you know, as a manager, football manager, and I was really pleased for James and his staff. Also, Mick Marsh, who was my coach during the run which we had. So yeah, brilliant.
Is it a heavy trophy? Do you remember lifting it yourself?
I lifted it off my TV a couple of times while I had it, but no, it's a lovely trophy. It's one of the best, to be honest with you. It's really good.
Did you get to keep it?
Kept it for the period of time we're allowed, which is about 5-6 months, something like that. So
where did you keep it? Was it in your house or in the clubhouse in the grounds?
It was in my house. Yeah.
You've got to make the most of these things when you have them presented to you like that.
Yeah. Also, the FA sent me a replica trophy, a smaller one, which was really good. So yeah, brilliant.
So did everybody in the squad get one of them?
No, that was just the managers. Had my name on it and everything, so it's really good. Yeah.
What a memory. And these Stoneham players, as Mark Supple, the club chairman, is shown on the screens, the Stoneham players just passing the trophy along the line, lifting it all up individually. You can see the Stoneham fans on the far side just cheering as every single player lifts the trophy high above their head. What an achievement from Stoneham. And as I said earlier, memories that they will never ever forget. They'll make their way back down pitch side very, very shortly. But AFC Stoneham absolutely lapping up the acclamation, lapping up the praise. They've won the FA Vase 4-2 on penalties. And we'll hand you back now, shall we, to Ian Wilding to talk you through the rest of proceedings here. Stoneham are going to be back on the pitch celebrating with their fans. They'll take the trophy across the pitch and celebrate behind a advertising board in just a second, where all the club photographers, the media, are stood over there as well. But AFC Stoneham, the winners of the FA Vase 2026, a new name on the trophy, and this is a day that this club will never ever forget. Wilder.
Lovely stuff, thank you, Rob. What a day it is, as you say, for Stoneham, 2026 champions of the FA Vase. So many wishing their congratulations on X as well. The boardroom says, from the Hampshire League to Wembley winners and Step 5 champions in what seems the blink of an eye. but I know will have been a huge amount of blood, sweat and tears. Congratulations to everyone connected with AFC Stoneham. Josh Williams says get in there, buzzing for you all. Gary Bailey says massive congratulations to everyone at the club. Southampton FC on X have wished or have said congratulations, an incredible achievement as well. Farnham lad says well done Dwight Martins on that winning side. Absolutely brilliant, says Max on X. They are flooding in message after message. What a season, really pleased, says David Boughton as well. Congratulations Winch fans on your FA Vase win and for the season you've had. See you next season and let's hear from you. If you want to add to that, 81333 on the text, WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Start your message with Solent at Solent Sport on X. We'll be seeing the Southend and Wealdstone players emerging on the pitch soon ahead of their 4:30 kick-off in the FA Trophy, but it's the Perps who have come out winners in the FA Vase. Frank the Short-Tail Cat from Fareham, well played Stoneham on winning the Vase. Perps forever, Saints turn next week please, says Frank. Love always. Thank you very much indeed. Here on Solent Sport, BBC Radio Solent, as the players are making their way down the steps now after that trophy presentation, and we'll be getting reaction as well at some point with Cliff Pledge down in the tunnel on what's been a wonderful, wonderful afternoon for AFC Stoneham. We've beaten Cockfosters on penalties after it finished 0-0 after 90 minutes. Dwight Martins at the moment now down there just clutching the trophy in hand as he comes out onto the pitch. What a season he's had. What a campaign Stoneham have had. Let's bring back our commentary team up here in the press box. Rob Sills and Dave Diper. And Dave, how much important is this just to take all this in as well so it doesn't become a blur, just lap up every single moment?
You've got to, because it just goes by in a flash. For a manager it's slightly different because you've got a press conference after the game, etc. But it was, you've really got to take it in. And I did phone James up prior to today and just told him exactly the same thing I'm telling you, really. Take everything in because it does go ever so quick. It's in a heartbeat, but it's great for the players though, because players will have memories and also a crowd. So and it's great for Southampton as well, and it's great for Hampshire. And I'm take me out off to them. They did really well against difficult opposition today.
And as Mark Supple said before the game, this is the kind of game that you can win the Wessex, you can win some other trophies as well, the Russell Coates, but ultimately this is the kind of game that puts them on the map.
Yeah, this set really showing up, for the next 10 years, so to speak. It was just unbelievable. It's like, from my point of view, I had people from Newcastle and Sunderland, up the country, up the north, phoning me up and congratulating me. So, it's amazing where they get their numbers from or whatever, but it's just a lifetime event. Like I say, professional players don't have the opportunity to play at Wembley and lift trophies, etc. And it's great. It's great for the community, really, which is the main thing.
And here they are, Rob. Will take us through this as well. They're down there about to celebrate in front of the supporters, Rob, as well, the Stoneham players.
They are. They just brought the trophy down from the stairs. You saw Tyrrell Sampson and Dwight Martin, 60 goals between them this season, by the way, in all competitions. They both had the trophy in their hands. They rushed across the pitch towards the fans to celebrate, and now they have their moment with the supporters. They're stood behind the advertising board, FA Vase winners plastered in writing above their heads as they dance around with the trophy in hand in front of their supporters on the opposite side of the pitch. They're having that moment with the supporters that they would have dreamed of. And now they go over to family members, to supporters. They embrace them at the front, just behind the advertising hoardings. Let their family members have a close-up look at those medals. And the fans get a close-up glimpse of the trophy that has Stoneham's name on it for the first time in history. What a season it's been for the Perps, and one they can hopefully build on next season in the Southern League. And Dave, just how much confidence will these players have going into next season now. A higher league awaits, a tougher test awaits, but these players aren't going to fear anything, are they?
No, they won't. And also it attracts players to the club as well who want to play for the club. But it's great incentive winning something like this. I mean, it's like I say, the FA Vase is the cup to win, without doubt. And the players, from a sort of like a confidence point of view as well, they want to enjoy the next 2 or 3 weeks, obviously, as a group. But then it goes further in that pre-season, and they all come back with a buzz. New players get attracted, and going into a new league next year as well. So everything's looking quite rosy for them, really.
Stoneham will be riding the crest of a wave going into next season. And Davis, what this competition's all about, isn't it? Playing a game like this inside Wembley Stadium. You've got people out here that they're just normal people with normal jobs. You've got PE teachers, you've got barbers, you've got financial advisors in this team, all just with regular 9-to-5 jobs, having experiences like this to come to the home of football, to play 90 minutes and whatever's required else, and to win on penalties. It's just incredible.
It is incredible, like I say. And it's good for the FA as well, to be honest with you, to let these competitions be held here as well, by the way, which is really important. And also there's a monetary point of view as well for winning it, so that obviously comes into the equation as well. So everything looks really rosy for AFC Stoneham, and I wish them good luck for next season.
Memories to last a lifetime for the Perps. The players all still over on that far side, showing the medals and trophy off to their supporters. The managers had his moment as well, lifting the trophy in front of the Stoneham contingent. None of them really going anywhere fast as they welcome their newest heroes onto the pitch after winning the FA Vase. Ian Wilding, will come back to you for the rest of the coverage, but it's a very momentous day for AFC Stoneham, and I'm sure one that will live very, very long in the memory for the rest of time.
Won't it just? Stoneham have done it, winning on penalties. The FA Vase. The trophy is theirs. They've won on penalties after a 0-0 draw against Cockfosters on non-league finals day. Head of Southend Wealdstone at 4:30, and we'll be getting reaction soon down in the tunnel. He's got tunnel access. Our very own Cliff Pledge, Paula Henley, absolutely amazing achievement. Well done to everyone involved with the club. Enjoy every single minute of this. So very much deserved. 81333 on the text, 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Solent, your first word, at Solent Sport on X, and we'll be going on until we get some more reaction before Gary Roslin with Make a Difference as well. And from 6 o'clock it's Dotun Adebayo with some of the best of community programming from right across the country. But Dave Diper, what about this cup run that Stoneham have been on? Some brilliant teams they've won. Haywards Heath particularly seems like a really significant one. It was one of those where you think whoever wins that has got a huge chance of going on to win the trophy.
Yeah, without doubt. It's a little bit different as well, because obviously in the Wessex Prem they play, I'm not just saying it's easier in the Wessex Prem, but some teams probably give them too much respect maybe, but when you're playing teams which you don't know that much about, you've got to be on it every game, and it's a tough run to get to the FA Vase final. It's probably 7 or 8 matches which you've got to win, and like I say, it is very, you've got injuries, you've got things which can affect it, but at the end of the day I think the best team wins at the end of the day, and I think AFC Stoneham are right up there this year, because from a consistency point of view they've been really good. And they've gone about it in the right way as well, with their supporters, the amount of the way they've dealt with the press, they just proved how well run the club they are. So that's why I'm pleased for them as well, because off the field is just as important, obviously.
And when you look at the game, did you sense there were some nerves down there in this match in the first half, particularly because it was quite a slow first half? Do you think that had something to do with it, the tension around it?
Yeah, for both teams, to be honest with you, it was similar to us. You go out there and it's so much adrenaline pumping through your veins. That's the thing. And I thought it wasn't a surprise really to me about the performance for both teams in the first half, but second half things sort of like normally get stretched because obviously the pitch takes it out of you as well, and whoever was holding sort of the most confidence, both teams put everything in. I must say that, because it's not easy out there. I thought the guy Moses for them was outstanding. But there wasn't much sort of goalmouth action, so to speak. But at the end of the day, that's beside the by. It's the result that matters at the end of the day, and that's all AFC Stoneham be concerned about.
Let's head straight down to the tunnel where Cliff Pledge is. We're going to be getting some reaction soon. Cliff, how's it all going down there? What's the atmosphere like?
Well, at the moment, I'm in the BBC radio room waiting, hoping for Stoneham's manager and players to be sort of shepherded in here. Obviously, when they came down from their medals, they went for like a podium celebration as well. So as I look out the door, I can see the media interviewing Southend United ahead of their FA Trophy final. I can also see the brilliant sort of statue or head, the bronze head of Sir Alf Ramsey here. So you are sort of somewhere very special when you're down the Wembley tunnel, but just waiting for Stoneham to get off the pitch and get here. And I think the manager might have to do television duty first, so I'll grab players if the manager's busy and then get the manager later. But I'm standing here waiting as Stuart Pearce walks past in his suit. We're just standing and waiting, hoping that AFC Stoneham will join us soon here.
Thank you, Cliff. Well, we're staying on now till 3:30 this afternoon on Solent Sport, BBC Radio Solent, to try and get as much reaction for you between now and then. Dave Diper and Rob Sills are up here in the commentary box. Dave, what a night they're going to have. That party is going to go way into the night, isn't it?
Yeah, without doubt, and they burn it as well, because like I say, the relief comes as well, just as much as the excitement. And yeah, it will be a hell of a night, really. It's I had the paramedics when I actually won it, because I celebrated probably a little bit too much. So yeah, nobody knows about that apart from all your listeners now.
Oh, is that an exclusive on Radio Solent?
It certainly is. But to be honest with you, I was even nervous, like coming here today, and because I know what it feels like for James, the manager, and it's just you get that little buzz about you, when the FA Vase final is around, and it's just great. It's just great for everybody involved.
Just make sure there's an ambulance crew on standby then, shall we? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
If you can't celebrate enough that the paramedics get involved, though, after an FA Vase final win, when can you? That's the question.
Yeah, that cup was full of liquid, put it that way.
Yeah, I can well imagine. I thought something similar may happen later. Well, they've won the FA Vase, Stoneham, and they've done it on penalty shootouts in the most dramatic of circumstances when you do it that way. After a 0-0 draw, nothing could be separated after 90 minutes against Cockfosters. And also right now in the Premier League, Brentford are 1-0 down at home to Crystal Palace, which is good news for Bournemouth, because Bournemouth need Brentford to lose to Palace and for Everton to not beat Sunderland. And 10 minutes in both games, and that is how things stand in the early stages of that game. Leeds Brighton is 0-0, and Wolves Fulham is also goalless, with Newcastle against West Ham at 5:30. And in the cricket, Nottinghamshire are 26-1 in their second innings now at Utilita Bowl, leading by 41 runs after Hampshire were 214 all out, Nottinghamshire 229 all out in their first innings. And there's commentary on the BBC Sport app and smart speaker as well. Just ask it to play. Hampshire against Nottinghamshire, day 3. It's the final Stoneham players walking off the pitch, Rob, but they will be lapping this up, won't they? And why not? To stay out as long as possible. I think the remaining ones are going to stay on until they're ushered off, when the Southend players are going to come back onto the pitch, or for the first time.
I don't think any of these players want to leave the field of play. Of course they have to, so the pitch can be repaired by the ground staff, and the Southend and Wealdstone players can come out and begin their warm-ups. They've of course been ever so slightly delayed thanks to the penalty shootout that ensued after that goalless draw, but the final few sets of players are now making their way across the field of play. The supporters are starting to head for the exits, but like we've said all along, it's an afternoon that is never going to be forgotten in the memories of these Stoneham players and Stoneham fans. 3,000 of them made the trip to Wembley this afternoon, and they've been treated with a very, very historical moment in the existence of this football club.
Let's go back to Cliff down there in the media room. Cliff, it's one of those, isn't it? You've got to enjoy it on BBC Radio Solent as well, because you don't know when the next one comes along. As you said about Sholing in 2014 with Dave, and Gosport Borough getting to the trophy final that year and suffering defeats, but it doesn't happen that often, doesn't it? Does it? So you have to lap this up.
We've had some near misses, Ian, but we will celebrate today, and we are live with the captain of AFC Stoneham, Alex Welch. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much, Cliff. Yeah, what an unbelievable experience. What a day. I can't really put it into words. I think I said it the last time in the semi-final that I was a bit lost for words. I think I'm exactly the same now.
Now, I'll be fair, you breezed through some of the rounds. Today was tough.
Yeah, very tough. I thought they were very, very good. They knocked the ball around the park well. We did have our out-of-possession shape that we knew what we wanted to do. And although they had a lot of the ball, I thought we were pretty resolute, resilient. They had maybe two chances in the first half, and we didn't feel like we were under the cosh too much. Appreciate they had a lot of the ball, but we knew what we were doing. We knew what we were doing in out of possession.
You could have won it in normal time. I think it was one effort off the woodwork and another one saved.
Exactly that, and I think that's the flip side of the formation and the out of possession shape that we had. We knew that we would get chances on the counter, and like you said, we had one hit off the bar. Nagel had a great chance. He had another one that Beno cleared off the line. So yeah, we had plenty of chances.
And your own game, you seem to be here, there, and everywhere. Did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did. But that pitch is something mega. I was blowing within the first 15 minutes. Had to get my bearings of the pitch. It's not what we're used to, but yeah, I absolutely enjoyed it. You only get one experience, so leave it all out there.
And going to penalties, were you always confident in your colleagues?
I think so. I don't want to speak too out of turn, but when it's your turn, it's your turn. And we had great, I don't want to say luck, but we actually, against Haywards Heath, Cal did his research. He saved 2 penalties. Again, he was magnificent in that. And our boys had a lot of bottle to put their penalties away. We didn't miss one, so that's absolutely fantastic on them.
What does it mean to win here at Wembley Stadium?
I don't know. I think we spoke before the game and we said that this team is going to be seeing each other for the next 40 years, and I think that just gels everyone together. We'll have that for the rest of our lives. We'll be in group chats. We'll meet up. I think that's the beauty of it.
Your 4th trophy of a season where you've won promotion. Your 4th trophy is at Wembley. What makes AFC Stoneham in 25-26 so special?
I think we said it again. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it is those near misses. That's brought us so close. The group is unbelievably tight. We brought in a few, and that's added to the group. And I think that's what's made it so special. And I think, with being so tight, one opportunity at Wembley, we just had to take it.
Going up there, getting your medal, lifting the trophy, what's that like?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It was my birthday today as well, so that made it even more special. That was just a beautiful thing. Loads of great photos, and I'll never ever do that again in my life.
What a way to celebrate your 33rd birthday.
I know, 33rd birthday, lifting the trophy on the Royal Box. That is something mega.
And how will everybody celebrate?
I think you know how we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate with quite a few beers, a lot of good laughs, and with friends and family, because ultimately that's what it's about. It's about sharing this experience with not only the team, but everyone else that's come out to support us. You saw everyone in the stands, loads of purple, loads of noise. It was absolutely fantastic, so can't wait to share it with them.
It's a huge club. You've also everyone in the South has adopted you, everyone in the Wessex League has adopted you, but it's a huge club anyway, so this is going to mean a lot to people that you managed to pull it off today.
Exactly that, and we've said in previous interviews and everything, this club is the community. Mark will wax lyrical about 161 teams, and you saw that with the amount of kids, the amount of parents, the amount of ex-players that were all there in the stands, as well as our friends and family. So that was unbelievably special to see everyone there come out in their 3,000 or something like what it was, and support us. That was really special.
Oh, it's been a fantastic journey. When we first started covering you, you had to wear a face mask, so you stood out like the Phantom of the Opera. But you've been a great credit, giving us interviews after every round with a big smile on your face. So I'll let you go and join your teammates. I'll try and find your manager, and congratulations again.
I just want to say thank you as well to your coverage. It's been special listening back to all of the interviews, whether that's me, James, or any of the players. So thank you very much for your coverage and following us on this journey.
No worries. I'm going to look for James. If you see him first, send him my way.
Of course I will do. Thank you very much.
Ian, back to you up in the stands, and I'll try and keep working here in the tunnel to try and find someone else for you before we go off air.
Beautiful stuff, Cliff. Thank you very much indeed. Some lovely comments as well there from Alex Welch, and note for Cliff, who's been following Stoneham throughout this cup competition as well, round after round, and they've got to Wembley and won the final. AFC Stoneham have won on penalties against Cockfosters in the FA Vase final. On finals day, the Southend Wealdstone players will be emerging to take in their surroundings for the first time soon, ahead of their 4:30 in the trophy. But we're on Solent Sport before Make a Different show from 3:30 this afternoon with Gary Roslin. Liam Chalk says, great achievement, well done. And Harry Davis, congratulations, what a season from the Perps. Enjoy the day and night celebrating. And from what Alex Welch was saying, I think they might just do that. We will hear from James Phillips hopefully soon, and we'll go back down live to Cliff Pledge when we do. Here, Ian Wilding at Wembley with Dave Diper and with Rob Sills. 2/3 of our commentary team this afternoon. Dave, what a good talker, and how important is somebody like Alex Welch in the team? They're worth their weight in gold, aren't they? He's been so cool and calm in the interviews before the game, said the right things, and he's come out and delivered today.
Yeah, it's perfect as a player. You know, you want a player like that within your team and squad. Other players respect him as well, which is really important. And he's a good advert for AFC Stoneham. You know, what he said about Radio Stoneham was nice as well. So, yeah, it's that's what we want, people like that at your club.
Well, let's have a listen back to that moment that AFC Stoneham lifted the trophy.
Alex Welch has handed the trophy, the Jazz hands come out, and the Stoneham captain lifts the trophy high above his head. AFC Stoneham are the 2026 FA Vase champions, and they take steps into the unknown, uncharted territory for Stoneham, and they write their name on the FA Vase for the very first time in the club's history.
81333 on the text, 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Solent, your first word, at Solent Sport on X to get in touch. And James Phillips, the Stoneham manager, speaking live to Cliff Pledge.
Thank you, Ian. James is here holding the FA Vase. He's got a handle in each hand. Congratulations, James.
Thank you very much, yeah. Hard to find the words at the moment. Just incredibly proud of the whole team, the club. Yeah, amazing feeling.
You won it the hard way, a penalty shootout. It was a very tough game.
Yeah, really tough. They had really good spells in the game, but I always felt our game plan would work eventually. We just needed to trust what we were doing. We've done it previously. We had two really good chances to win the game, I thought, at the end, which we couldn't quite take, but they delivered on penalties.
Doesn't matter how you win it, you would have liked a few nice goals, but penalties is a victory all the same.
Of course, I think if you win on penalties, there's no better feeling, really. We were prepared for it. They were relaxed, just trusted our ability, and obviously the boys delivered.
And you sort of made substitutes sort of tactically to prepare for penalties.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like Haywood's Heath definitely stands in the mind in terms of we made good subs late in the game to make sure we were ready for pens. Yeah, full credit to the boys. I was confident with all of them. So to dispatch for us we did is, yeah, brilliant.
Every player scored, and of course one was over the top from Cockfosters, and Callum Lee made a terrific save.
Yeah, called it. We said in the build up to the game and on the pitch there, Cal is always good for one or two saves in a penalty shootout, and he came up with the goods as he has done previously. He's a top young goalkeeper, and he's got a big future ahead of him.
How have you enjoyed the day as an experience of being a manager at Wembley?
Yeah. Hard to sum up, really. I've just said to somebody else that the preparations have been excellent. The club has done everything we needed from them in terms of, the hotel, team meetings, even the food, all that sort of stuff. It was perfect for us in terms of our preparation. So the boys had everything they needed to go out and deliver, and they've paid us back.
Must have been nice celebrating over in front of your own fans there.
Yeah, it was very overwhelming when we walked out at the start. Just looking up and seeing the wall of purple and the noise. Lots of family, lots of friends, and yeah, we were really well backed. Lots of messages coming in this morning from the pub and videos, so we knew we were going to be really well supported, and we were.
What does it mean for AFC Stoneham to have this incredible season, topping it off with winning the FA Vase?
Yeah, only one disappointment was obviously the Wessex League Cup, but yeah, what a season, incredible. Without all the heartbreak before, this wouldn't have been achievable. It's made everyone stronger, and I've been using the word resilience for the whole season, and I think it showed again today.
How's everybody going to celebrate winning this famous trophy?
I hate to think, to be honest. I'm going to go and join our family for a minute and then head down to the Green Man so we can join our supporters for a couple of hours. But after that, probably be a blur.
Yeah, everyone back at the Trojans Club later on, or?
I imagine so, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen yet. We'll find somewhere when we're back in Southampton later on tonight. But they just need to relish every moment and enjoy every moment.
And for you personally, what does it mean?
Yeah, everything. Been in football a long time for someone of my age. Been working towards this. Yeah, hard to describe, hard to sum up, but it's going to be something that lives with me forever, and I'm really grateful for the boys and everyone connected that's given me an opportunity to say I've managed and won at Wembley.
Oh, well, many congratulations. We're all proud of you here on BBC Radio. So well done on winning the FA Vase.
Thanks a lot, and yeah, thank you for all the support over the season as well.
No problem, it's a privilege and a pleasure. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lovely stuff again there. James Phillips, the AFC Stoneham manager. Speaking of Cliff Pledge, the winning manager, with Stoneham winning on penalties as well against Cockfosters. And there was a fair few Stoneham fans and sort of dotted around opposite still, and the Cockfosters supporters, I imagine, still waiting to take in the trophy game at 4:30 today on finals day, and more Southend fans just slowly making their way into the stadium to our right, Wealdstone to our left in the east stand. But they've won, Stoneham, on penalties. 0-0 it finished against Cockfosters. And if you listen right now on BBC Sounds in your smart speaker, you've just heard from James Phillips, and also just before that, Alex Welch. So you can scroll back to interviews with both on Solent Sport, BBC Radio Solent. And Gareth says, congratulations to Stoneham on winning the FA Vase this afternoon. Saw them in the semi-final at Hallen and were a decent side, worthy winners. Let's bring back Rob Sills and Dave Diper before we hand over to Make a Difference. It's just a thought for Cockfosters, though, because they conducted themselves brilliantly, Rob, but a tough day for the losers, isn't it? You want to come to Wembley, but it's a horrible place to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all know that if you ever get the chance to play at Wembley, you don't know if it's ever going to come again. So especially for these non-league players, you obviously, of course, want to win here. And Cockfosters did give a really good account of themselves. They made it hard for Stoneham. They heard Alex Welch say they moved the ball around well. They set up well. They had a few moments where they could have taken the lead, but the quality in the final third just wasn't quite there. And yeah, for the large part, it genuinely felt like a game that could have gone either way. I think on the whole, when you look at the whole context of the game, you think penalty was probably the right outcome. Neither side really felt like they did enough to win it in normal time, and of course then it goes to penalties. It's a complete lottery. It's who's got the bottle. There's some every swing of a boot, kick of a ball. It's a big moment. Could go either way. Stoneham come out on top. They scored 4 out of 4. All you've got to do is just convert your penalties. You can't argue with that. 4 out of 4, saved 1, skied 1 from Cockfosters, and yeah, they'll travel back up the Piccadilly line home, hoping that the opportunity can come up again for them to revisit this famous stadium and have another crack at victory. But of course Stoneham won't mind. They're going to be delighted, and this moment, like I say, is going to be spoken about forever.
And the Stoneham train keeps rolling on. Thank you, Rob. And one more for Dave Diper as well. What about, is Southampton going to do it next weekend, Dave, as well, in addition to Stoneham? If the game goes ahead, of course, next Saturday in the playoffs?
Yeah, hopefully. We all want that to happen, you know. We need to get this scandal a little bit out of the way first, obviously. But I was up here for the semi-final of the FA Cup, and the atmosphere was tremendous. And if they can repeat the atmosphere, if we do manage to get up here next time round, it would be just immense, you know. We just definitely need to get in these playoff final.
But just for Stoneham today, just to wrap up, what a wonderful afternoon it's been. It's been tense, it's had all the emotions, hasn't it, under the sun, but they've done it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's fair play to them, you know, but I really sort of felt for James there a little bit, you know, because I know what he's going through now, you know, all the emotion and the rest of it, and he'd have that for probably at least 6 months. I'd have people contacting him for this, that and the other, and it's great. It's going to be a new sort of life for him for at least another 12 months or so, you know. and he's done a tremendous job. He speaks very well as well. So, and I think the players they want to play for managers. Sometimes the players don't go on with the manager and they won't give everything for him. But it seems that he's just doing the role perfectly, and all the players want to play for him, which is really the art of good, successful man management.
Well, really enjoyed it, Dave. Fantastic commentary from you all. Rob Sills, Dave Diper and Cliff Pledge. It's been a wonderful afternoon here at Wembley, and my thanks as well to Carl, done a sterling job here in the press box, and Harvey back in the studio. And AFC Stoneham have done their job. They've won on penalties, and there's a new name on the FA Vase final. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. They've done it. Beaten Cockfosters on penalties after a 0-0 draw after 90 minutes. Elsewhere, Crystal Palace are still 1-0 up away at Brentford half an hour in, and Wolves have scored home to Fulham. Wolves 1, Fulham 0. Leeds 0, Brighton 0 is the latest, and Everton Sunderland is goalless as well. If things stay as they are after 90 minutes, Bournemouth will be in Europe before even kicking a ball against Manchester City on Tuesday. We'll be reacting to all of that in our breakfast sport bulletins tomorrow morning, and with Jono Holmes in the fan club tomorrow from 6, so I'm sure there'll be more news on the Southampton Spygate situation as well. There definitely will be over the next 48 hours, and earlier in the Premier League as well. Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2 it finished, and in cricket right now, Nottinghamshire lead Hampshire by 45 runs. They are 30 for 2. In fact, they've just this second lost a wicket, 30 for 3, after Hampshire all out for 214 and Nottinghamshire all out for 229 in their first innings. There's commentary on the BBC Sport app and smart speaker. Well, what an afternoon it's been. 4:30 this afternoon, it's Southend against Wealdstone. Good luck to both of those sides in the trophy. Make a Difference Awards next. We Make a Difference show, I should say, with Gabby Roslin on BBC Radio Solent. But it was Stoneham's day, and it is AFC Stoneham who've won the FA Vase.
Too short, could be the penalty saving hero. He saved one, and there's another opportunity here. Can Cockfosters extend it? It's over the top. He's missed. Moses has missed, and Stoneham have won the FA Vase. They race to their supporters. Victory at Wembley for the purples of AFC Stoneham. 4-2 on penalties against Cockfosters.